2011 Skyrim drops. Smash hit. Everyone loves it. Everyone memes it. Hey you, you're finally awake. I used to be an adventurer like you till I took an arrow to the knee. I kicked a coffee table with my knee, but I suddenly had an arrow lodged in my kneecap. Everybody wants Skyrim and more Skyrim. The modding scene explodes. You can become a pony, Spider-Man instead of spiders. Sure, there's more mod than game. 10-year anniversary, Anniversary Edition. Todd Howard puts mods in Skyrim. 10th anniversary, 10 mods, 20 mods, 74 mods, more Skyrim, more Skyrim, more Skyrim. Are you kidding me? Die! Park on these nuts. Am I right? No. No! Come on. And my game crashed. But how much more Skyrim? Let's rewind a bit. Way back in 2017, Bethesda launched an exclusive program in which third-party developers could create officially licensed mods as part of what they named the Creation Club. This is not to be confused with the previously added, now defunct, paid mods, and the more recently added Verified Creator program containing some legendary mods like Arquebus, granting you powerful guns, Truth in Legends, letting you wield the mighty power of Thor, and Morthal. No, released in 2021 for Skyrim's 10th anniversary, Anniversary Edition includes Skyrim, its DLCs, and all of the original Creation Club creations. There are 74 unique creations, ranging from smaller, lame things like securing a gate to Oblivion, to something as awesome and well-beloved as horse armor. Every creation has its own carefully crafted quests, items, and features, and our goal is to 100% complete all 74 of them. But what does 100%ing a creation really entail? It's not as simple as just complete all quests, because there are a bunch of additions that aren't contained within quests. On the opposite side of the spectrum, we could say that we need to get every single thing added by each creation, but having to craft all 336 combinations of new staves for the staves creation just feels a bit overkill. So I manually went through all 74 creations and put them into a handy-dandy checklist, leaving out whatever I thought was unimportant to our journey. What's left is 589 quests, armors, weapons, clothes, pets, ingredients, homes, followers, spells, horses, foods, fish, and hey, even more bugs in jars. Because I can only work under pressure, we've got a 25-hour time limit to complete all of this, and our very first step is to very sneakily cross the border into Skyrim.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
Before we even start the timer, we have one of the most important decisions of the speedrun. No, not what race we play as, our name. Our hero has the prestigious title of Broccoli Rob, and as we're about to get cut into florets, this funny-looking bird swoops down to join the party, and our timer starts as soon as we gain control of our character. None of the creations take effect until we leave Helgen, however, that doesn't mean that we can just waltz on through. We need to make sure that we grab all of the potions, salt piles, and food we can scrounge up, because right after we make our escape, we're hit with by far the most game-changing creation of the bunch, Survival Mode. Survival Mode is one of the 4 creations that were added into Special Edition as kind of a free demo of Anniversary Edition, and as such, it's one of the most popular creations. It aims to give you a much more realistic role-playing experience, forcing you to eat, sleep, and stay warm, or else you'll suffer some brutal negative effects. Each race has their own buffs and/or debuffs to these conditions, and we chose for Broccoli Rob to be an orc because it's the only race with a bonus to all 3. There's a bunch of other restrictions added with Survival Mode, but I'll mention each of them when they become relevant, starting with the worst of all, no fast travel. Listen, I get it. It's an interesting restriction that forces you to be more careful with your resources and routing, but I hate it. You know what I love? Making silly little YouTube videos that you guys can put on while eating. Not being able to fast travel turns this from a 25-hour challenge to instead more like a 100-hour challenge, and I don't want to have another 3-month gap in my uploads. Of course, I can't really say that I've truly experienced survival mode if I'm able to fast travel from the start though, so I came up with a compromise. We need to run across Skyrim and visit all 9 hold capitals before I can enable fast travel, and in order to waste as little time as possible, I came up with a route in which we can hit every capital and get as powerful as possible on the way. So we agree to the terms and services, and we can finally begin the real challenge. Now that we've escaped the tutorial dungeon, we need to sprint our way to Riverwood, and while we do so, we can see our fatigue and hunger increasing each time we wait to restore our stamina. This brings me to an unexpected challenge for the speedrun: resource management. The more we wait to regain stamina, the less total stamina we have, meaning we'll need to eat more food to reduce hunger, leading us to need more ingredients to make the food, which might end up wasting more time than waiting even saves. Thankfully, neither hunger nor fatigue are as dangerous to us as cold, which we don't need to worry about right now, and here in Riverwood, we take every single thing that Girder owns, and we continue to Whiterun to mark off the first capital. Bro is starving. Yeah, I can show you some of the effects. So, as you go longer without sleeping, this tired effect gets worse. You regen slower, your potions are less effective, and you're more prone to diseases. And hunger also gets worse. Stamina reduced, you're slower, you're less effective with shields. Just a lot of general pain to deal with. We're gonna stop by here really quick. Not because we want to help with the giant, but because this farm has 3 out of the 4 important ingredients. Okay, we're cold. It has 3 out of the 4 important ingredients that we need for vegetable soup. Vegetable soups require leeks, cabbages, potatoes, and tomatoes. Interestingly enough, tomatoes grow nowhere in Skyrim. There's a whole conspiracy behind it, but vegetable soup, it's like one of the easiest foods to make, and it gives you a very, very large amount of hunger back. Here in Whiterun, we've got a lot on the menu. Carlotta in the town square wants our help with an annoying dude, and after beating him to a pulp, "Hey, you don't talk to her like that, Mikhail. I'll teach you a lesson." She rewards us with 250 gold and permanent access to the food at her stand. Conveniently, she has all 4 ingredients needed for vegetable soup, meaning we've now got a somewhat consistent source of food, at least whenever her shop refreshes. Next up, in the guard barracks, we pick up a journal, starting one of the 15 alternative armor creations. These tend to be pretty short and sweet and can make us considerably more powerful if we're strong enough to finish the quest, which is why we're going to try tackling this one early on. Before doing that though, we stop by the blacksmith and use the gold we just got to buy materials and craft the first of 3 backpacks needed for the adventurer's backpack creation. If we're gonna be getting a bunch of creation club stuff, we're gonna need more carry weight. Let's go ahead and put that on. Mage backpack with bedroll, and that is the very first tick off the checklist. Very first. We only have 74 pages left of that. Only 74 more pages left of ticks, but we got the very first one down. The reason that it was so important to get a backpack early is because of another survival mode restriction, halved carry weight. Instead of the usual 300, we only start with 150. The backpacks exist to help negate this, and we need to craft each of the 3 that give unique perks. We made the mage backpack because it gives us 20 extra magicka that'll be incredibly important for us later, and before we leave Whiterun, we head into the Bannered Mare and sleep and craft our veggie soups, getting rid of our fatigue and hunger debuffs. Heading out into the grey outdoors, we make our way to the nearby bandit camp where we find a note starting the Staff of Hasedoki quest. This is one of the most overpowered weapons in the game, and I'm not even sure if we're going to be strong enough to get it soon, but we might as well try. While here, we loot everything we can find and sell it to Belethor because we need another 250 gold. Now that we have 250 gold, we can come over to this nice chap over here and purchase a map of wild horses. Hello, I would like to buy a wild horse map. This causes a bunch of wild horses across Skyrim to spawn, which means that A, we don't need to worry about buying a horse, and B, we can get started on the wild horses. So, I think that's everything that I wanted to do in Whiterun. So, let's activate the Staff of Hasedoki. We're going to be attempting this first. I say attempting because I tried this out last time, and it's a little bit difficult to get. You'll see in just a second if you're not familiar, but we're gonna be trying to get it, and if we don't get it, it's not that big of a deal. We can stop by and get it later. Oh, hello. Okay, this is awesome for us. There are random encounters right here, and we need to kill this guy. So we can try and get the Thalmor here involved because this guy's very strong. Okay. Like I said, the Staff of Hasedoki is a little bit higher leveled than we're supposed. Skyrim crashed. Hey everybody, welcome to my Skyrim speedrun. Okay, help me. Help. Thalmor, help. Okay, we're just gonna have to dodge, I guess. The Thalmor are being useless as always. Okay, thankfully it doesn't seem like he has too much health. He's just very good at one-shotting us. Okay, I'm gonna pop my ult. Okay, stagger him. Let's go ahead and use a potion real quick, just so that I don't lose this fight. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Those of you with a keen eye may have noticed that using my racial power is how I won that fight, and this is another huge reason that I chose to be an orc. Many of the creations aren't balanced for a low-leveled character, so Berserker's Rage is pretty much the only way that we'll be able to complete some of them early on in the speedrun. From a note he was carrying, we know that the staff is located in Brittleshin Pass, but before we head there, we need to go to the nearby watchtower and sleep for 24 hours. This refreshes our racial power, but more importantly, it lets us level up. This is yet another restriction with survival mode, meaning that we can no longer level up mid-fight for a full restore or to get a helpful perk, but we're already going to be sleeping frequently to replenish fatigue, so it's one of the less impactful restrictions. Okay, and we are about to see the Staff of Hasedoki, and you all are about to understand why I'm probably not going to be able to get it right now. Go ahead and grab these arrows. You need to be careful with grabbing arrows because with survival mode, arrows have weight, which really sucks. Okay, and we're about to see the Staff of Hasedoki. Dodge. Okay. That's the staff. Essentially, it's just unrelenting force, but... oh. Don't crash. Okay. I'm gonna try it one more time. I think that if we can dodge the staff, if we use our Berserker's Rage, then we might be able to win the fight. Oh my... Okay, we'll come back here later, actually, I've decided. I decided that due to no in particular reason, I just don't really want to do this quest right now, I think. Just west of Whiterun, we find the red horse chilling out, and in order to tame it and all of the other wild horses, we need to keep chasing it. Get back here. I didn't think about this. Stop running. Riding it, you will submit to my power. And getting bucked off of it, do I not have enough aura? This guy doesn't know that I'm the freaking EdgeOmega. Jesus! Let's get back here. As that wasn't supposed to happen. Until eventually it decides that we're worthy, marking off the first of 8 wild horses. With it, we're now able to make it to the other capitals much quicker, but before we make our way to Falkreath, we stop by Embershard Mine for the Smith and Slash quest. In here, most of the bandits have had their armor replaced by the newly added Orcish plate armor, which is marginally better than regular Orcish armor. However, the big difference is that we're able to get it now at level 2 instead of level 25 when Orcish armor starts dropping as loot. Further on in the mine, we managed to burst some more bandits down with flames, netting us a full set of enchanted Orcish plate armor, marking off all 4 pieces of the set. Block 25% more damage with your shield, carrying capacity increased by 35 points, weapons armor can be improved 25% better, and increases heavy armor by 17 points. All of this is incredible. Very incredible. especially for how low level we are again. Now that we're pretty overpowered for our level, we can take out the boss with ease, completing the quest, and ergo, completing our very first creation. That means only 73 to go. Awesome. We pick up as many extra orcish plate armor as we can grab because they're pretty valuable and we'll end up needing a good chunk of change throughout the speedrun. We're gonna stop by here really quick and grab a fishing rod. Is this stealing? No. Okay. Boom. We have a fishing rod, which is step 1 of fishing. There is a lot of stuff to do with fishing. A lot. While riding to Falkreath, we run into a group of zombies, a new random encounter added by the Plague of the Dead creation. We'll run into these guys more throughout the speedrun, but thankfully they tend to be pretty easy to take out, and we continue on the Yellow Brick Road. Ah! Skeever! Skeever, I hardly know her. After making it to Falkreath and marking off the second capital in our journey, we head just northwest to get the Black Wild Horse, who ends up helping us fight another gaggle of ghouls. Another slightly difficult wrangling later, we've successfully tamed it, and we take a dive into Lake Ilanada to grab the Lady Stone. It's incredibly important that we grab this stone because it gives us passive health regeneration, another aspect of the base game that survival mode very annoyingly removes. Further west of Falkreath, we find a cute little critter next to a dead thief, and using some sweet rolls found on his body, we're able to convince the fox Sweet Roll to be our new pet, one of 5 added by Pets of Skyrim. Unfortunately, Sweet Roll, along with all the other pets, seem to be bugged and refuses to follow us, which kinda sucks because they each come with their own cool unique bonuses. Like Sweet Roll can find nearby loot, or Arachnia the pet spider can place paralysis traps. Pretty useful, but not so much when they won't follow us around. Regardless, we continue our route towards Markarth, going slightly out of our way to reach Hindraheim, a newly added player home that's out in the middle of the Reach. We can't own the house until we hit level 10, so we're just here to grab the map marker so we can fast travel back here later. Once we arrive at Markarth, we head straight into Understone Keep and have a chat with Calselmo, who lets us buy his cool dwarven armored mud crab off him, marking off the creation of the same name. Continuing on our quest as we ride to Solitude, I very intentionally showcase one of the features of wild horses, being that they are invincible and you can't die from fall damage while riding them. Speaking of horses, there's another wild horse just southeast of Solitude, and after another quick chase, we now own the Dapple Brown Horse. Instead of heading straight to Solitude, we make our way to the nearby Ironback hideout and have a run-in with a few bandits. After dispatching them, we read a note detailing the demise of a vampire hunter, and after following his directions, we find his burnt corpse with the key to his cellar. Back at his hideout, we climb inside and find his weapons arsenal, containing an elite elven and ebony crossbow for the elite crossbows creation. This doesn't quite mark off the creation though, as we need to craft the enhanced versions, but at least now we have some decently strong ranged weapons. After we make it the rest of the way to Solitude, we immediately make a U-turn because there's not actually much for us to do here at the moment. Our next stop is Morthal, and unfortunately, there's a big river that we need to cross if we want to take the shortest line there. This is where I make one of the dumbest decisions I could have made and decide to ditch our horse. Why did I do this? Because it would have taken like an extra 20 seconds to cross the river. Why was it dumb? Well, we're not even halfway done with our route, and we're about to enter the most dangerous part of Skyrim, and I'll explain why it is in just a bit. We've got one more stop beforehand though, because after marching our way through Morthal, we reach one of my favorite aspects of Creation Club, the new player homes. Chorus. You get very strong! Stop. I'm not kidding. Thank you. I feel like I handled that pretty well. Hey, and now we have Murwatch. Activate the seal. You have to cast a spell on it or something. Hey, we activated the seal. Activating the seal grants us entry into Murwatch, which on top of having a bed we don't need to pay for, is also the only place other than Tel Mithryn that gives us access to a staff enchanter, meaning that we won't need to complete Nethoth's quests in order to craft the multitude of staves we'll need for multiple creations. More than anything though, Murwatch, along with most other Creation Club player homes, has an incredibly immersive and unique atmosphere, something that I find really lacking in the base game. For the purposes of this challenge, each home also serves as a kind of checkpoint, as they're often loaded with food, soul gems, and other goodies we might need replenished before continuing on our journey. Before I can head to Dawnstar, I need to go to the Hall of the Vigilant. Okay, we are at the Hall of the Vigilant, and in here is a note. The letter to Keeper Karset. This starts Unholy Vigil, which is just a long quest that adds a bunch of new armor. And this says to go talk to someone in Dawnstar, but we can actually forego that. And there are some ruins just outside of Dawnstar that have some new armor. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. Okay, here at the Windward Ruins, there's a couple of skeevers. Skeever, I hardly know her. Chat, you know what to do. Okay, and Azarain here has a journal, as well as the Vigil Veteran Armor. Vigil Veteran Armor, Vigil Veteran Boots, Vigil Veteran Gauntlets, Vigil Veteran Open Helmet, and an Amulet of Stendar. We don't really care about any of this stuff, so we're going to go ahead and drop it. But we needed to pick it up for the completion. Vigil Veteran Armor, I hardly know her. See, this is what I'm talking about. More people need to be coming up with awesome jokes like that. We're about to get into a little bit of a scary spot because we're about to start combat with a lot of people. This tells us to go like trail some people to find the Cult of Daedra Worshippers, but we can just skip all of this. Yes, I did have lots of friends in school, actually. Thank you for noticing. In high school, I had a lot of friends. In middle school, not so much. In middle school, I invited all of my class to a birthday party and one person showed up. Die! In here, we kill a bunch of secret Daedra worshippers, which turns out to be pretty easy with our new crossbow. This completes the associated quest, and nearby we find a full set of Vigil Enforcer and Vigil Silver Hand Armor, as well as most of the Vigil Corrupted Armor set. This leaves only 4 pieces of armor that we'll need to craft later in order to round out the creation. Okay, now we need to head to Winterhold, but before we can do that, very, very importantly, we need to get the Arcane accessories right here. Not too far away. So if I follow the coast along here, I can get to it. We need to head to Hobbs Fall Cave, where it has every new spell added by Arcane accessories for free, which is very, very strong. A lot of these spells are overpowered. This is probably a good time for me to bring up the harshest condition of survival mode, cold. Whenever traveling through a snowy region or being attacked with ice spells, your cold is increased. As it increases, similarly to fatigue and hunger, you move slower and your total health bar is reduced. However, unlike the others, if your cold maxes out, you die. There are ways to combat cold though. Each piece of apparel has its own warmth rating that can slow down the rate at which you gain cold, and holding a torch increases this rating even further. Additionally, there are certain foods that you can eat to reduce cold, and standing near a fire completely negates a cold environment. Hey, it's Hobbs Fall Cave. Let me quick save. In here, it gets a little bit hairy. There's a lot of wizards and skeletons and such. So let's just not die to them. How's that sound? Stop! I hate it when people use frost magic, especially in survival mode. Oh! Conjure Skeleton Minion. Awesome. This is part of the Necromantic Grimoire, I believe, which is one of the random drops. Necromantic Grimoire is one of these scarier ones. Yes, Conjure Skeleton Minion, because a lot of the spells that you need You either have to hope that Finalizing sells them or they randomly drop. So that is one less spell for that we need to worry about. I didn't mention it here, but there's another reason Necromantic Grimoire is troubling for us. We need level 100 Conjuration to unlock the master level spells from Finalizing. It's not too big of a deal though, as Conjuration levels up pretty quickly if we just spam Soul Trap, and at least it's not something tedious like smithing. Okay, and in here is the chest with all of the arcane accessories. Arcane accessories add 16 new spells to Skyrim. Many of these are just different tiers of Absorb Health or Elemental Blast, but there are a lot of really cool ones, like turning invisible and unlocking up to Expert Locks, or summoning a bear while buffing yourself, or Paralysis Runes, or... However, we're excited about one spell in particular, Mara's Wrath. For 30 seconds, opponents in melee range take 16 points of fire damage per second. Undead, levels 26, flee for 30 seconds. Swim unharmed in freezing cold water. This is what we want. Hydrate, this one's for you. With all of our new spells, we make the difficult trek to Winterhold and take a tour of the college, but sorry Tolfdir, we're not here to learn about practical applications of magic. No, after heading up to the library, we pick up a spell tome for telekinesis arrows for arcane archery, read a journal about a particularly rare wild horse, and find another journal about the legendary sword Goldbrand. That was all we were here for, and the next run to Windhelm is pretty much the last chance we could die to cold, so we make sure to keep our torch out. Aw shit, my torch. Well, with no more torches, this run's become a sprint because like Keanu Reeves, if we aren't fast enough, a bomb is rigged to explode. We will freeze to death. And hey, we've made it to Windhelm, and we have just barely made it without dying. Because we are about to freeze to death. Okay, so we're just gonna head into Candlehearth Hall really quick, so we can A, warm up, and B, get 3 quests. 3, count them, 3. So let's talk to the innkeeper. Any bounty work I can help with? Okay, that is what we're looking for, that bounty. Crimson Dirks Volume 4, this starts another alternative armors. And then the final book we're looking for is upstairs, I believe. Adonato's book. That book was stolen. You caught me. Fine. Take it. I didn't even want that book. Did it start the quest? It did not start the quest. I'm just gonna reload my save because I feel like that might have fucked some stuff up. We're going to read Atonato's journal. Adonato's book. We're not gonna take the book. Okay. Quick little bug I'm noticing. Nothing. Oh yeah, of course. There's Adonato's book as well as Adonato's journal. After getting upset at my own stupidity, we're now ready for the final stretch to Riftton, but before heading out, we need a little shut-eye. After leveling up, we put all of our points into Magicka because it's very important that we're able to cast Mara's Wrath later to swim in freezing water. What are we looking for right now? We need to head this way to Gallows Hall. I think it's across the river, like right there somewhere. Hopefully we don't die in this freezing water. I guess I can just quick save, and if we do, then we head across the bridge. Oh, we're dying very quickly in this freezing water, I realize. That's not good. Okay, we lived, but we're making it to Gallows Hall, which is a newly added player home, so we'll be able to regain our heat and a lot of other cool stuff that you're about to see. Hey, it's Gallows Hall. Oh shit, I'm swimming in freezing water. Hey, it's a baby mud crab. We have just caught a juvenile mud crab. Yippee! Yippee! With our first fish forage, we can enter Gallows Hall and read a journal, starting a quest to uncover the secret of this necromancer's lair. A staff we need is being controlled by a ghost, and apparently we can get it back by solving a quick torch puzzle. Fort Dunstad, boom. We finished part 1. We need to pick up the fallen staff And now we have one of the most broken staffs in the game. We can get this at level 1, and it is the Staff of Worms. It gives you the spell Dead Thrall as a staff at level 1. The most powerful master level conjuration spell. We now have it at level 1 as a staff, which is just insanely broken. We use the staff to resurrect this dripped out skeleton who gives us the key to a nearby safe containing the clue to the second puzzle and, more importantly, the Bloodworm Helm. Not only is it one of the coolest helmets in the game, but it also has a very useful enchantment for anyone wanting to go for a Necromancer playthrough. After praying to a shrine and taking a quick nap, we nab some soul gems from the dream world, whatever that means, and placing them in the altar transforms them into black soul gems. This completes the quest, and we're now able to uncover the Necromancer's secret deep in the basement, the Bone Forge. The Bone Forge, similarly to the Atronach Forge in the Midden, lets you offer up components summoning one of 4 undead minions. The cool thing about these minions is that they're permanent, don't take up your follower or summon slot, and can only be killed by you. The unfortunate thing about them, however, is that 2 of them, the Mistman and Wrathman, require a Soul Husk as one of their components. A Soul Husk. From the Soul Cairn. From the Dawnguard DLC. Okay, we've got a lot more on our plate than anticipated. Not only do we need to complete all 74 creations, but now we need to get level 100 Conjuration and finish most of the Dawnguard quests as well. That's fine though, and really it won't be that much of a time sink, I guess, but it does mean that we're going to be fighting that 25-hour deadline a little bit harder. That's a problem for future me though, and present me uses some components we find lying around to summon our very first bony bestie. Place the bone meal, place the greater soul gem, place the frost salts, activate the bone forge. Ba-ba-da-bum! Huzzah! We now have a bone man. Yes, very cool. Thank you for your input. Note, his name is not Mr. Boner. Just to be clear, he has a very distinguished name that is not as childish as Mr. Boner. With Mr. Boner at our side, we grab the final artifact in Gallows Hall, the Helm of Orain Bearclaw. This is insanely good for us. Not only does it have one of the highest armor ratings a helmet can have, but it also has an enchantment that is particularly useful in a speedrun, greatly increasing our stamina and stamina regen. And on top of that, it looks badass. While on our way to the next creation, we scoop up an unsuspecting brook bass from a stream and stop by Kronvanger Cave for the contest creation. A couple of heroes went missing after trying to kill some huge spider in here, but there's also a secret room infested with vampires off to the side. The boss drops a key to a nearby cage, letting us free one of my top 2 favorite pets, Arachnia. Okay, should be a big old spider. Yep, here's the big old spider. Holy shit, you have a lot of health. Mr. Bone Man, get him. Who the hell? Oh, hey. Nice job, ghosts. These are the ghosts of the heroes that went missing, and on their bodies we find the Ice Blade of the Monarch and the Fists of Randagulf, both a huge upgrade to our current equipment. Picking them up completes the quest, and we're free to move on from these creepy crawlies to something even creepier. Okay, we're heading south to this little standing stone here, because there is another creation. Surprise, surprise. Right here is a little black pool, and once we approach it, there will be a cool weapon that sprouts from the ground. This is Shadowrend, and it cycles between a great sword and a great axe. And once we take it, we can only take one. Our shadow self, much like in Ocarina of Time, decides to start attacking us. We can just beat him down thanks to our incredibly strong weapon, and we can retrieve Shadowrend. Ba-ba-da-bum! You fight a shadow in Ocarina of Time spoilers. Okay, I can't be... You guys can't consider spoilers for Ocarina of Time to be actual spoilers. That game has been out for 40 years at this point. At a certain point, it's not spoilers, it's just you don't know the sequence of events in pop culture. Okay, here is Stony Creek Cave. I have on good authority that there are goldfish in this little pond right here. Hey, my good authority was correct. I'm freezing cold. Collect the goldfish. Get out of here. Here in Stony Creek Cave, we run into a band of bandits, and after taking them out, we loot the Sheogorath themed bow, Ruin's Edge. This is definitely one of my favorite weapons in the entirety of Creation Club, not only for its fun enchantment, but also because it looks super cool and has a funky looking eyeball. What more could you ask for? In the cave, we also return to a fan favorite collectible with the Bliss Bug in a jar. This is the first of 3 bugs in a jar for one of the much larger creations, Saints and Seducers, which aims to bring a sliver of Shivering Isles back to Skyrim. We need to head a little bit further east in order to get Nocturmdes, the Dwarven House. I'm struggling to find the most efficient way to get to this little area. Let me grab a torch so that I don't die to cold. I can get over there, right? I'm good enough at this game that I can just like jump my way up to the mountain. Okay, I'm definitely gonna die to cold if I don't find the entrance to this cave quickly. God, I need to find the entrance to this quick. Okay, I found the path, finally. Now I'm just racing against the clock. Let's just drink all of our stamina. Go. Go, 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 go. I'm on the steps. Come on, I can make it. I can make it, I can make it. Keep on running, keep on running. Kagrinzel. Okay, what we're gonna do this time, we're not going to try and run up the side of the mountain for 15 minutes. That is not what we're gonna do this time. We're just gonna go to the path that it wants us to. Making sure to take a more reliable path this time, we make it to Frostroot Cave, and after ruining a couple of bandits, we head inside another new player home, Nchwanthuns. Before this space is livable, we need to perform some trivial tasks with the help of some friendly dwarven machines, because much like Ty Pennington, they're about to give us an extreme home makeover. After waiting for 3 days, they fix everything up, marking off our 7th creation. Those with a keen eye may have noticed that our screen has gone red and blurry, but it's not because we got pink eye from a skeever. No, that cleared up weeks ago. These are some of the severe effects of hunger and fatigue. It's more of an annoyance than anything else, and usually this will only happen if we need to wait for a long time or grind out something tedious, which I'm sure won't happen too often. Sleeping cures the blurriness and eating fixes the redness, meaning that we can loot the place for all of its valuables and dip. 1 death to some frostbite spiders and a few minutes of hiking later, and we finally reached the last capital we need, Riftton. Hey there, Riftton Guard. Okay, what's the tax for? Persuade! Oh. Okay, fine, I'll pay. Okay. Ba-ba-da-bum. Riftton has been discovered. We no longer have fast travel disabled. Finally, we can actually get started. In the Bee and Barb, the Barb Keeper gives us a quest to retrieve a weapon from some bandits for the Headman's Cleaver creation, but we head into the Ratway to get an even better weapon instead. Before doing so, we grab a key from a dead pickpocket and use it to unlock the cage to our new pet rat, Scritch. The creation, Dawnfang and Duskfang, adds a really cool new section of the Ratway, and in here we need to, well, get Dawnfang and Duskfang, one weapon that switches between the two depending on the time of day. Before we can grab it, we need to kill 3 ghostly guardians. And while doing so, we find another necromantic grimoire spell, Conjure Undying Ghost. We also read a note that starts us on another quest to get another cool sword, but we'll follow up on that later. The final Vault Guardian is much more difficult than the last two, as he makes us fight the previous Guardians and summons a bunch of skeletons to gang up on us. Huzzah! Can you just, like, heal over, please? Can I kill you now? Yes, I can. Oh! That guy used a very strong spell. Okay, well there goes all my cabbage soup. Let's hope I don't need that. Laurent Bouchard? Why don't you Bouchard all out of here? Now, I'm not a theater kid. With the Guardian defeated, we're free to take Dawnfang and Duskfang, completing their quest, and we begin heading south of Riftton to Grom's Pass. In here, a bunch of goblins have been added as part of the Goblins creation, and we find out that they worship a blue orc known as the Blue God. We kill him, and on his body we find another incredibly strong staff, the Goblin Totem Staff. While it may seem just like any other Staff of Chain Lightning, what makes it truly overpowered is its secondary stagger effect. This means that we kinda have a get out of jail free card for any time we get overwhelmed with enemies, as we can repeatedly stagger all of them while chipping away at their health. Just for funsies, we also decide to resurrect the Blue God with our Staff of Worms before we meet our best friend in the whole wide world. And we pull that chain, and we say, "Hello, Gog. Are you alright? Do you think you'd want to follow me?" Alright then, let's go. Yippee! Yippee! We now have Gog, our friendly goblin follower. Gog is another powerful addition that's important we get early on in the speedrun. Unlike a typical follower, we can't trade with him, however it balances out because he can summon a Storm Atronach. Great job, Gog. With the Goblins creation out of the way, we're not too far from that rare horse I mentioned earlier, so we decide to follow up on that while we're in the neighborhood. Get it? Neighborhood? Because horse. Ooh. Da 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 da. It's the unicorn. I'm about to do the Shadow of Mordor. Use my shit. Or the Blue God now. Dude, stop. You're embarrassing me in front of my new friends. You will be tamed. Right now. I'm not playing around. This isn't my playing around face. If you try to play with me, you'll just end up playing with yourself, okay? I'm not to be trifled with. Now that we're done horsing around for the time being, we utilize our new powers of fast travel and head all the way to the opposite side of Skyrim to Solitude, and my game crashes. That's alright though, and as long as we don't keep crashing, we'll still be on track to finish in 25 hours. Of course though, from this point on, we continued to crash at a rate of about 3 times per hour. I don't know if this was due to the mod I used that enabled fast travel, the photo mode I have installed that flashbangs me with previous thumbnail pictures, or the thousands of save files that I've never deleted since 2015. Whatever the case, this is just another roadblock we're going to need to deal with, but the 25-hour dream is still alive if we can get a little lucky. Over in Solitude, we head into Castle Dower and steal General Tullius's mail, where we learn about some mail. A little west of Whiterun is a Red Guard camp, and after a slightly close call, we slash them down and take their new clothes, now in dazzling yellow and enchanting green. More importantly though, we grab the Lord's Mail, which has the awesome enchantment of reducing our health, stamina, and magicka by 50. Wait, that can't be right. No, this armor is cursed, but once we take it to the Temple of the Divines in Solitude, Kinnereth cleanses the curse, completing the quest, and now we're left with one of the strongest armors in the game. It's almost as high as Dragonplate armor in terms of rating, gives us poison and magic resistance, and has a unique enchantment that absorbs health from nearby enemies. At this point, I know that I sound like a broken record, but this is obviously very strong early on in the challenge. We're not quite at our final build yet though, and after crafting some new camping supplies at a forge, we set out to get the best weapon we could ever ask for. Over at Faldar's Tooth, we follow up on that note we found while fighting the Vault Guardians, and we find another note pointing us to the grand prize. While on our way, we stumble upon a camp of Golden Saints, starting the quest Balance of Power for Saints and Seducers, but we'll come back to that in a sec. The note led us to a vampire lair, and after taking out these vile, disgusting, blood-sucking dirtbags, we grabbed the best weapon in the game, Bloodthirst. Bloodthirst! Absorb 15 points of health, increases speed by 7%, targets take additional bleed damage. This is incredible. Bloodthirst is incredible for one reason and one reason only. Fortify speed. With 7% increased speed, it may not be too noticeable in the moment, but it'll save a good chunk of time in the long run. This is the only weapon with a Fortify speed enchantment, so we'll be using it for the entirety of the speedrun, plus it just looks super cool. And the Wooden Staff of War, oh my god. Elemental damage that does 3 points a second to health, magicka, and stamina targets on fire take extra damage. That is another thing that I wasn't expecting to find here, but very gladly we'll take it. Let's just start working through some quests. Starting with the Saints and Seducers, I suppose. Okay, let me fill you in on the whole Saints and Seducers deal. Somehow, the magical barrier between the Shivering Isles and Tamriel has been weakened, and pieces of it are popping up around Skyrim. These pieces include 4 new sets of gear, 5 spells, 2 pets, and a bunch of other cool collectibles. This is the 3rd largest creation, and despite us starting early, we won't be able to finish it for a very long time. You'll see why eventually. In the meantime, the Khajiit caravan traders have been having some trouble with the funky bandits we ran into earlier, so we need to teach them a lesson. Hey, it's the Saints and the Seducers. Die! Oh my god, this thing swings quick. This thing is insane. Okay, cool. That was pretty strong. On their bodies, we loot a full set of Golden Saint gear and a key to a nearby cage where we get a new pet freak, the Manic Electra Nymph. We also find a journal marking the location of the Saint's leader, as well as a note starting a quest to learn about golden and darksmithing. We head over to Half Moon Mill to clean up the ladder, stuffing a catfish in our backpack on our way there. Under a bridge, we find some notes detailing the process of golden and darksmithing, which is kinda useless for us since all of the gear can be looted, but at least it completes the quest. Northeast of Markarth is the Saints Leader's camp, and after taking them all out, we find 3 of the new ingredients added by Rare Curios. Alocasia fruit, and gnarl bark, and 2 Watcher's Eye. Rare Curios is the largest creation of the bunch. It has 63 objectives, however 60 of them are just ingredients and other rare items, and the final 3 objectives are little quests I came up with to make sure that we utilize the creation, like crafting a potion using the new ingredients, or paralyzing an enemy with one of the new cork bulb arrows, or killing someone with a poisoned apple. Apart from the Saints and Seducers questline, Rare Curios can only be obtained from Khajiit caravan traders, and this brings us to the absolute most frustrating aspect of this challenge, randomness. Whether we're trying to find rare curios, looking for a rare loot drop, or fishing, bad luck always has the chance to tack on hours and hours of extra grinding depending on the rarity of what we're looking for. With regards to rare curios, it's made even more aggravating due to the fact that the caravan traders travel across Skyrim, meaning that we'll be wasting even more time just trying to track them down. Nearby, we also find a soul tomato, which acts the same as a grand soul gem, and a red kelp gas bladder. Don't talk to me until I've had my morning red kelp gas bladder. Now that the Saints are out of the way, it's time to move on to the rival bandit faction, the Seducers. While hacking and slashing, we can see just how strong the Lord's Mail is in action, healing us faster than they can kill us. From their bodies, we loot a full set of Dark Seducer gear, a blister pod cap, a worm's head cap, and a key to our second pet freak. We now just need to destroy the leader of the Seducers, so we head to their camp to do just that. Combat really isn't that scary for us. I guess it is a little bit right now, just because we're in the cold, but we are healing so much that it would be very hard for us to ever die. Unless we just get executed. No! So after taking out the Seducer camp again, this time we get a Scallon Fin, and when we head to the leader's camp, we play it safe and just use the Goblin Totem Staff to zap the Seducers into dust. Here we find a Withering Moon and Blind Watcher's Eye for more rare curios, and in a nearby chest, we grab a note starting the quest Legends Lost for the Sunder and Wraithguard creation. With the 2 bandit factions defeated, we return to Risad, who thanks us for keeping them safe, completing the quest. While we're here, we also buy a few more rare curios before heading out to get to the bottom of why the barrier between Skyrim and the Shivering Isles is weakened. From some journals we've found, we know that the person responsible is both in Solitude and in the sewers, so using our expert detective skills, we deduce that he's in the Solitude sewers. We're going into the Solitude sewers. Whoa. Holy shit. Die. What do you got? Elytra Ichor. Down here in the sewers, we find all sorts of cool critters, like more Elytra Nymphs, some corrupted Spriggans, Elytra Nymphs, Elytra Nymphs, Elytra Nymphs, and a naked dude casting a weird spell. Boom, here it is. Thoron. Sneak up on. Okay, he found us somehow. He is very holy shit, he is very strong. We'll just keep on healing with our armor. Don't lol at that. That wasn't funny. Okay, but the Cork Bulb arrow has a 25% chance to paralyze. So, watch this. He resisted paralyze. Not my best work. Sure, conjure an undying ghost. Get me out of here. Go. Let's kill him. I think I accidentally just hit. Okay, this isn't. Don't lol again. Okay, with the Goblin Totem Staff, constant stagger effect, we'll just be able to stun lock him. Okay, it is working. It is very, very slow. But it is working, nonetheless. Go, did you die? No. No, VOD watchers don't need to skip ahead. I'm about to do it right now. You guys doubt my superior ability, but you guys haven't seen me at my true highest potential. You're about to watch this. You're about to get wowed out of your socks knocked off. Insufficient charge. You guys are about to get your socks knocked off. Oh, I forgot about my cool power. Pat, stop. Okay, new plan. We're gonna charge this. I'm gonna pop my racial power and I'm just gonna go crazy. Huzzah! Now this is innovative gameplay right here. We're actually doing pretty good, I'd say. Doing surprisingly good. Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close. I'm so close. Yes, he's on the ground. Haters. Haters, where are you at? Eat that one, haters. Ow, I cramped my... On his body, we find a Heart of Order for rare curios, as well as 4 new spells to summon our own Saint and Seducer bandits. We also grab the Madness Helmet of Recovery, and finally, the Ring of Disrobing. Awesome. Retrieving the nearby Sword of Jigalag completes the quest, but we decide to drop it because it's just weighing us down. We also get to loot a bunch of goodies nearby, most notably a note leading us to craft Amber and Madness gear, the green butterfly in a jar, a piece of amber shaped like Sheogorath's face, and whatever this thing is. And that's it. We can get on out of here though. Pretty cool area. Dude. Who puts a skeever here? Just like in the middle of these like sewers. Back in one of the bandit camps, we found a note about some treasure in a cave, and after some spelunking, we offer up a madness ore and amber, summoning another super cool artifact, Nerve Shatter. We then head to the acid pits south of Windhelm to follow up on the smithing note, and here we kill the blacksmith, netting us the Arcane Blacksmith's apron, completing the quest, and last but certainly not least, letting us craft amber and madness gear. This is yet another curveball. Unlike with golden and dark gear, amber and madness gear doesn't drop anywhere except for the helmet we got from the naked guy. This means that we actually do need to smith them, but this heralds multiple problems into our lives. For starters, we need the ebony smithing perk to craft madness armor, meaning that we'll need level 80 smithing. On top of this, madness ore can't be mined and is a very rare loot drop in boss chests, so the only way to reliably obtain it is through the Khajiit caravan traders, which we already know are annoying to deal with. They sell anywhere from 0 to 2 ore each time their shop refreshes, and we'll need a total of 30 to craft all of our gear. So we better get started on that early. Moving on from Saints and Seducers for the time being, we round out the camping creation by using the camping supplies we made, giving us a fire to stay warm and a bed to sleep in. This is very useful for survival mode, but they weigh 9 kilograms and are a one-time use, so we'll leave the camping to Bear Grylls. Back at Gallows Hall, we've got the resources to summon a skeleton, leaving just 2 soul husks in the way of marking off the creation. Now that we're strong enough, we head back to Brittleshant Pass, where we got smoked by the Staff of Hasedoki, and since we're overpowered, this has become a walk in the park. Unfortunately, my internet cut out, so I had to end it for the day, but after booting it back up, we're finally able to make it happen. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay, she's close to dying. She's close to dying. I just need to hope that I don't get to that I don't get Hasedoki'd again. Where'd she go? Over here. Oh my god, I'm so close. Oh, come on. This should not be the most difficult fight in the game. Oh my god. Gog, you killed her. Yippee! Nice job, Gog. We now have the Staff of Hasedoki. If a target dies within 60 seconds, fills a soul gem, knocks back the target on impact, and while not attacking, it creates a ward that protects against spells for up to 40 points. Very, very cool. You might be wondering, Edge, why do you look like a bird-watching LARPer? And that's because we're about to tackle our biggest challenge yet. Fishing! Fishing has the most content of all the creations. While Rare Curios does have one more objective, it's split into 3 small quests and 60 items that we can purchase. Meanwhile, fishing has 22 quests, 22 fish, and 18 items, with the only thing that we can purchase being a simple fishing rod that we already have. Because of the randomness of fishing, this also has the potential to take a lot of time, but ironically enough, we don't actually need to fish for fish. Each of the 22 fish can be caught by hand in various different bodies of water, ranging from small ponds to deep in the icy waters on the north coast, meaning that for the most part, we can take randomness out of the equation. Thankfully, we've got access to every body of water except for one, and we decide to start working through the quests. Introducing ourselves to some new friends at the Riftton Fishery completed the intro quest, and we finished the second one by giving up that cute little mud crab we grabbed earlier. I managed to find a juvenile mud crab, because we already have one, and we've started the second quest. So let's read the bounty. We now need a glass fish. That... I was hoping that we wouldn't need a glassfish until much later, because the glassfish is in Blackreach, Blackreach has the one body of water that we can't access yet. Being the weird freakazoid dungeon that it is, it has a few rare freakazoid fish, including the glassfish that we're after. In order to access it, we need to continue the main quest, spawn dragons, infiltrate the Thalmor, go to Audun's Wall, and then we'll finally get a tool from Septimus Signus to locate the Elder Scroll. This is going to be another huge time sink. Or maybe not. It's true, Septimus Signus can only give us the tool when we're tracking down the Elder Scroll, but there's one other point in the game where that can happen. That's right, the Dawnguard questline requires us to grab both the Elder Scroll from the Soul Cairn and the Elder Scroll from Blackreach. If you remember, we already need to go to the Soul Cairn for the Soul Husks, so we actually won't need to go out of our way at all for Blackreach. Okay. So we're not fishing anymore. We're no longer fishing. We now need to do a lot of the Dawnguard DLC. Okay, let's get started on the Dawnguard DLC. Since it's not in the scope of this video, we can just fast forward through most of this and just hit the highlights. We say hi to the team who asks us to clear a vampire cave, and in here we take a dive to grab a vampire fish and dire fish. Use the button. Ow! Oh, my hand! What's this? Gog, are you seeing this? Write this down. Oh my god. It's the Elder Scroll. She introduces us to her dad. Arcane these nuts. Am I right? We make a bunch more soup, and then we save a moth priest by cutting him to bits. This starts the two-part quest to get both Elder Scrolls, meaning that we're free to head to the North Pole and have a chat with Septimus Sigma. He gives us the Rubik's Cube that unlocks Blackreach and points us to Ulfdand, but we head to Raldbathar instead because it's a much shorter dungeon that still takes us there. In here we find 4 new arrows added in Arcane Archer, as well as a Welkin stone for rare curios. Hey, and here we go. We activate this dwarven mechanism, and now we can go down here into Blackreach. What do we got here? A glass catfish. We are looking for a glassfish, glass catfish. Really hard to see since I can't look under the water. Glassfish. Boom! That's what we were looking for. Glassfish. What's this? Tripod spiderfish. With all the cool fish we came for, we grab some lame piece of paper and dip out the Falkreath to deliver the glassfish to the apothecary Zarya. One of the guards has been stealing skooma from the evidence chest, and with the glassfish, she's able to create a disguised invisibility potion to make him think twice about sneaking any drinks. We also read a nearby journal starting the Elven Hunter alternative armor creation, and returning to Zarya completes the quest and gives us the Ring of Surroundings. Each time we complete a quest, we need to return to Viria and Riftton to get the next one, so I'll just skip past it in the future so I don't get too repetitive. Our next client is Mila in Whiterun, who wants a pet goldfish, which we already have and hand to her. Next up in Morthal, we decide to join a fishing contest. Hello, Brutius. I'm here for the fishing contest. Shall we make a wager then? 1,000 gold! Hey, it's my cool player house. Everyone look at my sick-ass player home. Do I have a fishing rod? Oh shit. I don't even have a Yeah, sorry for agreeing to the fishing contest when I don't even have a fishing rod. You guys don't happen to have fishing rods, do you? Why are these guys here? What? Hey there, Brutius. Don't pay attention to the 2 dead people right next to us. Fishing rod. Pardon? What? Apparently, Brutius had no intentions of fishing. He just wanted to bait us out in the middle of nowhere to ambush us and take all of our valuables. After taking him and his goons out, we learned from his journal that he lost a ring in the nearby stream, and we need to fish it up. Fish up Brutius's lost ring. Okay, well, 3 hours into fishing day, and We are now fishing for the very first time. Sit back. Enjoy the music. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, it was not a big one. Sit back. Feel the wind blowing through my hat. Catch. Okay, I need the ring. So with how fishing works is at each day there's a set amount of fish in the water. And as you catch the fish, you are more likely to fish up junk. So we are catching a lot of river betties right now, and it may seem like, oh, what the hell? You're never gonna get Brutius's ring. But the more river betties we catch, the more likely it is to fish up junk. This is why we had to do the whole Dawn Guard shenanigans to go find the glassfish instead of fishing for it. Is because if we went and tried fishing for every single fish that we needed, it would take way longer than just going and getting them by hand. Hey, the Warlock's Ring. When blocking creates a ward that protects against spells for up to 25 points, health regenerates 30% faster. You move 5% faster. Boom. Moving 5% faster. This is huge. Now with our sword and our ring, we are moving 12% faster. That's huge. Look at us. Okay, I guess we're not actually moving that faster because we're cold and hungry, but in theory, we move 12% faster. This is the first, but certainly not last ring that we'll be getting through fishing. And with it, we head to our next job on the coast near Dawnstar to deal with a simple mud crab problem. Okay, there should be like mud crabs or something here. Ah, mud crabs! Frenzied mud crabs, whoa. This just turning into Bloons Tower Defense? You guys just see that? That guy leapt at me. Oh my god, these guys are strong. That guy turned into the Flying Hawaiian to take me down from the top rope. Get me out of here. What on earth? Dude, these guys are fast. What are these roided up mud crabs doing? Haha. Stop with the flying shenanigans. This is actually messed up. After steaming the remaining mud crabs, we learned from a journal on a nearby body that there was a necromancer performing rituals on the mud crabs, but all of a sudden they turned and killed him. Returning to Varia completes the quest, and she offers us an Alakiri fishing rod, which is one of 3 special rods that change the catch chance when fishing. Our next target is a particularly hateful Horker, and we head to Bronzewater Cave to grab an Arctic Grayling that'll lure him out of the water. Like us, he's got an aura of absorb health, and thanks to our genius idea, the Staff of Hasedoki flings him back into the water, causing him to be stuck on the ocean floor where it's impossible for us to kill him. After reloading, this time our unicorn decides to fight Fangtusk in the water, meaning again we can't just slash him down, but we're still able to take him out with Ruin's Edge and some ice arrows. On his body, we find a vampiric ring, which was the cause of the absorb health, and it lets us cast the vampire spell Drain Life. Is fishing super fun in this game? I wouldn't know. I've fished one time in the past 3 hours, so... Hey, traveler. Fishing is very simple and boring. Dude, the ice arrow made everyone mad. Oh my god. Wait, can you guys forgive me? No. It appears that they cannot forgive me. Talking to the steward of Windhelm completes the quest, and next up we need to help teach Linnea and Markarth to fish. This is easy enough, and all we need to do is catch 3 fish, and once we succeed, she gives us her Amulet of Dibella. From the courier, we finally get an invitation to Hinterheim, the player home we mentioned forever ago, and once here, we need to battle the current owner for the keys. I've received your letter. Okay, now we have to kill her. This doesn't really seem like I'm fighting fair. After that super fun slip and slide, she bugs out and we grab the keys, ready to make ourselves at home. Timer. And my game crashed. After getting everything fixed, we enter our new home, completing the creation and gifting us with a bunch of food, potions, and soul gems. There's no skill issue here. I'm a pure-blooded gamer with nothing but fishing and combat. You slaughter fish. Yeah, actually, where? Ah! There. Okay. Actually, we can kill him using our armor. We have armor that absorbs health in a AoE around us. So even though we can't attack him, we just leech his life until he's dead. No, I didn't suck the fish off, obviously. That's not what I would categorize that as. We're here to fish up some aged Flynn that Resad lost, and while doing so, we also happen to catch a spadefish. Returning the alcohol to Resad completes the quest, and he pays us with the Ring of Khajiit, which has an even better speed enchantment than the Warlock's Ring. Our next job isn't to fish, we actually need to make some seafood dishes. Back at Hinderheim, we cook up some steamed crab legs and crab stew, and the only remaining dish requires an Arctic char. They're found deep within the freezing waters of Pilgrim's Trench. However, the Arms of Chaos creation also requires us to take a dive there, so we start on that to double up. You guys see that? Okay. Watch out for falling bones. Joke was so bad he ended it all. You guys are so dumb. Here in Sky Temple Ruins, we grab a couple of unenchanted staves, as well as a mundane necklace, and from a journal, we learn that we need 3 sigil stones in order to enchant our new items. Before we can get the stones, we need a special ring to enable a summoning ritual, and that ring just so happens to be at the bottom of Pilgrim's Trench. Because it's freezing water, we'll need Flame Cloak in order to not die, but unfortunately, we don't have enough magicka quite yet for Mara's Wrath. Thankfully, we've got a couple scrolls at our disposal, meaning we're free to go snorkeling. Huzzah! Okay, we are here to collect some fish. Are you an Arctic char? No. Are you an Arctic char? Was that an Arctic char? Yes, that was an Arctic char. Okay, and in here we have the Sovereign's Band. Magicka regenerates 50% faster, increase your magicka by 50 points. Cool. Let me grab another Arctic char in case I need one for a future... Oh shit. Oh shit. I can make it to the surface, right? I can make it to the surface? I don't think I can make it to the surface. Me and my weak-ass lungs. Nah, I'm just trolling ya. I had a potion of water breathing. Look at you, though. Look at how silly you guys look with the egg on your face. With our special new ring, we head to a summoning circle and abuse the Staff of Hasedoki to kill 3 Daedra and take their sigil stones. We bring the stones to our Staff Enchanter in Murwatch, allowing us to complete the Arm of the Moon and Arm of the Sun, and we finish off the Warlock's Mark at the Forge, completing all of the Arms of Chaos creation. We also go ahead and cook that Arctic char, and we head to the Winking Skeever in Solitude to give Gisli our 3-course meal. We learn about new fishing rod schematics in the Ulfstand Ruined Tower. I don't know if I've ever been in here. Ah! And after retrieving them, we bring them to Calselmo and Markarth, who creates a dwarven fishing rod for us. This rod has a higher chance to fish up rare junk, and we use it at Bronzewater Cave to fish up a couple of Aetherium Dynamo cores, which we use to access a chest containing a new Irking Thand War Axe and completing the quest. We got a letter from Mila asking for our help again, and we head to Whiterun only to find it very slightly bugged out. Whiterun as I remember it. Oh yeah, the door. Of course how could I forget about this door that's in my face? Hey there, Lucia. God, Sorry, what? What did I do? Why are you mad? Stop. I'm just trying to give you a goldfish. Can I just plant this fish into the little fishing spot? Oh, find another goldfish. I don't have another goldfish. That's the problem. I'm an idiot. We abduct yet another goldfish, and once Mila adds it to her goldfish sanctuary, she hands us a key to a very secret treasure containing a bunch of random ingredients. A courier hands us a hastily written note from Varia telling us to head back to the Dawnstar coast immediately because the frenzied mud crabs are back and crabbier than ever. The hell is going on here? These guys waging war on the sea? Is Percy Jackson here to attack us? Okay, these guys are strong. Huzzah! Prepare for the next wave. Gog, where are you? Someone man the catapults. Okay, the catapults don't want to work. This doesn't help that I'm freezing constantly and they're stuck in the water. Okay, this is getting really annoying with my unicorn. It's just taking all the aggro and it's all just in the water. Oh, I have a genius idea. I will use the goblin totem staff and I will shoot my unicorn with it and it will bounce off of my unicorn to the nearby mud crabs. Now I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm a genius. This is working? I actually can't tell. Okay, new idea. I use the Scroll of Flame Cloak. And I just run in there and start attacking them. Yes, all died of Flame Cloak and my health absorb. Okay, this is actually kind of working a little bit. Okay, Unicorn, you're not helping out the team, so I'm just gonna park you over here. Now, I'm not gonna die in 4 minutes, obviously. I'm far too skilled. I'm going to sleep in this bedroll, though, so I can get my heat and sleep back. Yeah, good luck. Good luck killing me. No, I shouldn't have said I shouldn't have said that. They're pretty good at killing me, actually. Okay, we're not gonna die. We're not gonna die. Yeah, health absorb. Absorb all of your health. Yes, absorb. Okay, and you're not going to kill me, obviously. So I don't even need to worry about using a potion. Okay, let's get back and do this for real this time. And this seems like a good spot for the Goblin Totem Staff. Man, I truly love how broken the creations are. Oh my god, that's cinema. That's cinema right there. That was an epic final fight. Hey there, Varia.
What was that?
What was that? What on earth? Catapults! Arm the catapults! Reload, reload! Obtain flaming pots? What on earth? Dude, this is awesome. Okay, we need flaming pots from the mud crabs. Flaming pots, flaming pots. None of these guys have flaming pots. Over here, over here. Why do you have a flaming pot on you? Dude. It's time to lock in like we've never locked a bit, like the most we've ever locked in before. Ever. This fight was very... Do you know these guys on the ground? Are you kidding me? Very, very, very... Okay, and I'm pushed too far forward. Difficult. I just get one shot. The goal is to use the catapults to launch 6 flaming pots at the big ghost crab. We get these pots from frenzied mud crabs that spawn in the water, but retrieving them is incredibly dangerous due to the big ghost crab's powerful slam attack. Where am I at? Okay, I only need 2 more. I need 2 more. The pot left side. Pot left side. Any more pots? That's gonna be very... This a pot right here? No, that is a... Are you f***ing kidding me? This is just bullshit. That was bullshit. A cool thing that started happening was that the mud crabs bugged out and became air crabs, meaning that we can safely get some flaming pots as long as we can knock them down. Half charge. I don't think I'm gonna... What if I use the Staff of Hasedoki? Just launch them and hit it? Okay, it launched him up. Does he come back down? Oh my god, this is how we do it. This is how we do it. They launch over our heads. We hit him with the Staff of Hasedoki. They die to fall damage. And we don't have to get anywhere close to him. Just keep sending him up. Yes, keep sending him up. This is how we win. It turns out that this method only works if you have good aim, so we get back to harvesting the pots from good old natural free-range mud crabs on the beach. Go, 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 go. Don't attack with your left foot. If you attack with your left foot, I think we might just be dead. Run, 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 run. I actually don't know. I actually don't know. Finally, after about 45 minutes, I decide that it's just time for me to lock in. Okay, let's go grab this, grab this. Flame pot, are you attacking with your right leg? No. Okay, we can loot another. Flame pot, okay. Go, let's go, let's go. As long as we... Okay, he's attacking with his right leg. Let's move left. Saved! We lived with a fraction of a health. So low that it rounded down to 0. This is it. This is it. Oh my god. Arm the catapult. Fire. Arm the catapult. Fire. Seems like there's a lot on the ground that we can just grab. Grab. Where's another? Where's another? Grab. Flame pot. There should be a third. There should be a third. Where's the third? Here's the third. Let's get out. Get out. Get out. He's attacking with his left. Go right. Go right. Let me heal. Do I still have my ability? Let's check. Powers. I have my ability. Ability. Boom. Run, 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 run. This is it. This is it, I think. Arm. Fire. Boom. Arm. Fire. Boom. One more. One more. Arm. And then fire. Oh my god. Oh my god. That fight should not have been that hard. Oh my god. That was crazy. That was the best boss fight in Skyrim. For our Herculean efforts, the Jarl of Dawnstar gives us enough gold to buy 12 Debella statues if we wanted to, completing the quest and leaving only one left from Varia. She won't give it for a few days though, so it's time to start the second set of fishing quests, where we actually need to catch some fish. Okay, time for some more fishing. Swims in Deep Water, the master angler at the Riftton fishery, has multiple quests aiming to turn us into a master baiter as well. First up on the list is Catch of the Day, where we need to catch a variety of common fish. Okay, let's obtain a carp. Thankfully, we know where a carp is. Because we know where all of these fish spawn, we don't actually need to go fishing, and this is pretty much how all of his quests go. Get the list, read where they are, and catch them by hand. Occasionally, he has us do some extracurriculars like fishing up his cool hat that makes it rain. We trade in the hat for his Argonian rod, the final special fishing rod we were missing, and the next quest he gives us is the most annoying of them all, frozen fish. Like the others, we just need to head to each location and find the associated fish, but this time, each fish can only be found in freezing waters. Despite us putting all of our level ups into Magicka, we still don't have enough to cast Mara's Wrath, but thankfully we've got some potions of extra Magicka we can use to make up the difference. Okay, we're looking for angler larvae. I don't really know what they look like, so we're just gonna search around for a bit. Arctic char. I don't know if we needed that. You guys think I'm about to drown? I've contracted food poisoning, and I ate my Arctic char. Gah! That's fine. Get. I'm not dying here. I couldn't make it. I thought I had a potion of water breathing. So before we head back to our watery grave, we need to prepare by making a potion of water breathing And now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. Weird Alchemical Skyrim Facts with EdgeOmega. Potions of water breathing can be created with a number of ingredients. All of these, when combined, have a base duration of 5 seconds that can be increased depending on your alchemy level or if the ingredient has a duration multiplier. This is all pretty standard stuff, but there's one ingredient here that stands out. Salmon roe, added in the Hearthfire DLC, is incredibly broken both in the literal and metaphorical sense. For whatever reason, the duration of its water breathing and fortify magicka effects are swapped, meaning that it can create a potion of water breathing with much longer duration than normal. On top of this, because the duration of fortify magicka is reduced by so much, its magnitude is increased greatly. This proves particularly useful for this one singular instance where we need a lot of magicka to cast Mara's Wrath, as well as a lot of water breathing to find our fish, making this one broken ingredient our little hero today. So after harvesting some Hisscarp and Salmon roe, we create more than enough potions for our escapades. Unfortunately, it's not so easy to find a tiny fish in a big pond, especially when the big pond is the Sea of Ghosts. After a bit of searching, I decide to just call it quits and start fishing the good old-fashioned way. I'm such an idiot, I could have done that a million years ago. Snagging an Arctic grayling and cod rounds out the frozen fish quest, and the remaining fish are smooth sailing. As it turns out, we already have all of the underground fish he's looking for in Darkest Depths, and all that's left are the rare fish. We find the lyre-tail anthias in the Evergreen Grove, the scorpion fish in the cave that leads to the Forgotten Vale, and the angel fish in the Ancestor Glade, and finally the anglerfish at the bottom of Pilgrim's Trench. And we catch an anglerfish with a rod, finishing out the fishing challenge and netting us the Fang of Hanekdamet. We're not done just yet, as he has 3 Radiant quests for us, starting with supplying some brook bass to Holda and the Bannered Mare. Next up, we need to procure an angler larvae for Zarya and Falkreath. Okay, we need 1. We need 1. That's all we need. We can do this. We can do that. I can fish up an angler larvae. See, watch this. Watch this, eyes closed. One-handed. I thought, can you just shut up, chat? Stop laughing. Okay, it's hard. That's what I'm trying to say. This fishing minigame is one of the hardest in all of gaming. A couple more casts and we reel in the larvae, and once we turn it in, there's only 1 Radiant quest left. We need to fish up some trash. After cleaning the waters of Markarth, we let the steward know of our good work, and we're finally ready for Varia's final quest. Apparently, she's grown attached to that juvenile mud crab we brought to her earlier at the beginning of her questline, and after our fight with the ghost mud crab, she realized how much she respects them, and now wants to be a crab merchant? I don't quite understand the reasoning, but it's not my job to understand. Our job is to craft a bunch of materials and cut a bunch of firewood, giving her enough resources to start up her own stand in the Riftton Circle. As thanks for all of our hard work, she gives us an incredibly strong necklace, fortifying our light and heavy armor by 22 points, and this marks the end of the line for the fishing quests. But there's still one thing left for us to do. We need to collect some rings. No, not the blue hedgehog rolling around at the speed of sound kind of rings, but there are 5 rare rings that can only be obtained through fishing. No quest reward, no catching them by hand, we just need to sit down and let the divines guide our rod. Once all the fish have been caught, there's a 3% chance to fish up rare junk, increased to 9% if we use the dwarven fishing rod. Each time it hits this 9% chance, it randomly chooses from 4 pieces of enchanted gear and the 5 artifact rings that we're after, meaning that we've got slightly more than a 50% chance to reel in an artifact. Multiplying these probabilities, we see that on each cast, there's only a 5% chance that we'll get an artifact. That's low, but not that low. Empty wine bottle. That's not what I want. Don't make me go alpha mode. The Ring of Wielding. One-handed attacks deal 20% more damage. I actually don't think that's a rare ring. Yeah, it's not actually one of the rings that we need. That's just a rare ring, but it's not one of the rare rings. Wait, is that one of the rare rings? Arrow, Ring of Kinnereth. Ugh, 1 of 5. 1 of 5. When worn, rainstorms occur while fishing at temperate lakes and streams. 1 of 5. That's what I'm talking about right there. It only took us about 8 minutes to find the first ring, but it's what comes after that's the annoying part. Unlike with regular enchanted gear, each artifact can only be obtained once, obviously. This means that now there are 4 artifacts and 4 regulars, giving us an even 50% chance to fish up one of the rings we need. After we catch the next one, the odds will be worse, and even worse after that, ending with a 20% chance to reel in an artifact ring when there's only 1 remaining. Again, multiplying this with the flat 9% chance to get any rare loot drop, we'll only have a 1.8% chance to get the final ring each time we cast. What I'm trying to say is, we're gonna be here for a while. While we're waiting to reel in these rings, now's a good time for me to advertise my channel memberships. Obviously, since we're in a speedrun, I can't really take the time to show all of the cool new weapons and armor and everything else. But for just $1, you can get access to a showcase where I go more in depth with a few creation and talk about what I like, what I dislike, and more. In addition to this, you can also watch my whole backlog of members-only videos, including special sneak peeks, extra cut content, or how I rank every single quest in the game. Or for $5, you can get all of that and be in the credits at the end of the video. Okay, thanks for listening to my sales pitch. Back to fishing. We actually got pretty lucky with the Ring of Finaster, and it only took 4 minutes to reel it in, and 12 minutes later, we get the absolute best ring for this entire speedrun, the Ring of the Wind. Boom, that's another one. Ring of the Wind. That is the most important one for us. By far the most important ring for us. We move 15% faster. 15%. When paired with our sword, Bloodthirst, we now move 22% faster than normal, which is somewhat noticeable, but it's faster. I'll say that. It is faster. Another 10 minutes later, and we fish up the Mentor's Ring, meaning that we're down to only 1 remaining. Surely it can't take that long to reel in the last one, right? Sit down and yes, we are playing and woke up throws and fishing out difficult. However, family guy. I just think it's crazy that I've only ever had 1 hangover, and that was at the cat birthday party. Suck up all berries died. Wake. Rate the poor. Rate the poor. Boom. And still had time to finish the fish. Oh my, that would have been a crazy clip if that was the ring though. Are there bet? There for you crack on my bed. Fishing, right? Just like the Madman, how long did that take? The Madman only took like 2 hours. Yes, I say only 2 hours. No. I got the bug. I got the bug where it freezes your menu when you fish something up. I load. Wait, hold. Hold, pause. Pause. No, this will work. I just have to quit to desktop, right? Pause. I'm sure that once I relaunch the game, then it'll be fixed, right? Everyone hold your horses, okay? Surely this will work. That hurts. That hurts to see for sure. For sure that hurts to see. That's not a skill issue. Obviously not a skill issue. See, we reload the save and now immediately we're gonna find the ring. 45 minutes later. Oh my god, okay. Okay. We've done it. We've done it. We have all 5 rings. Boom, call us Thanos, the way that we got these rings. Den Stagmer's ring. Resisting its fire, frost, and shock is improved by 20%. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Fishing, for taking up 10 whole hours of this challenge. I had no idea that this creation was so in-depth, and this is when I realized just how ambitious the 25-hour deadline is. We have less than 10 hours left for our goal, and we're only sitting at 206 of 589 total objectives. We're going to be running a little bit late. There's no point in crying over lost time though, and the next creation is going to be one of the most impactful in the speedrun. We head just southeast of Rorikstead to Golden Hills Plantation, and after killing a couple angry ghosts and solving a quick little mystery, we lay the spirits to rest and are now the new owners of Golden Hills Farm. In order for it to be fully up and running, we need to do a few simple tasks like planting crops and hiring a steward. Let's see if we can get Faendal to be a steward. Faendal, here you are. What's your problem with Sven? Okay, let's go tell Camilla. I have a letter to you from Sven. Okay, Faendal, I have given you a relationship. Looks like he's like pissing right now. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't make him a steward until he's our follower, and we can't make him our follower until we get rid of Serana, which means that it's finally time to finish what we started in the Dawnguard DLC. Yada yada yada, we kill some vampires, solve a puzzle, and conjure up a portal to hell, meaning that we're ready to enter the Soul Cairn. Okay, Serana, let's go. How's that? I was trying to like embrace the role-playing aspect of this game. Don't question mark that. That was awesome. Now that we're here, we can finally grab the 2 soul husks needed for the remaining Gallows Hall summons, and now we just need to finish out the quest so we can ditch Serana. We say hi to Mom, vanquish Beavis, Butthead, and the secret third brother that they never showed, and we kill our very first dragon. We get another useless Elder Scroll, and once we mosey on back to the land of the living, we can break up with Serana and keep moving on with farming. After promoting Faendal to a managerial position, we set up an animal pen, and before we forget, we make sure to use our soul husks to summon some soul husks. I need frost salts and an ancient Nord helmet. There's no ancient Nord helmet that's just placed out in the world, meaning the only way to get one is from a naturally sourced free-range Draugr, so we head to everyone's favorite dungeon, Bleak Falls Barrow. Puzzle, Arvel, Draugr. Unfortunately, none of them drop the helmet we're looking for, but we still go ahead and finish the dungeon, reading our first word, grabbing the Dragonstone, and last but not least, while we're still on the lookout for an ancient Nord helmet, we decide to double up by heading to Forelhost, home to the Chrysamere creation. There's really not much to it. You're just supposed to go through the dungeon and at the end of it fight a new ghost boss, and Bob's your uncle, you've completed the creation. We can actually skip the whole dungeon part by just scaling up the balcony and killing the Lost Paladin, making this one of the shortest creations we've run into. We don't find the helmet we're looking for inside, so we just decide to cut our losses and hope we find one naturally in the future. Now that enough time has passed, we can collect our profits and excess harvest, completing the farming creation and starting our farming enterprise. There are 4 very important crops that we made sure to grow on our farm. Cabbages that we can combine with salt piles from the Riftton docks to solve the hunger crisis, and 3 ingredients: creep cluster, mora tapenella, and scaly foliota. These 3 ingredients can be combined to create very valuable potions, giving us a near-endless supply of money, which is particularly useful right now because we're about to become a homeowner. For the 4th time, we head into Dragon's Reach, and no, Earleth, we're not here to discuss the dragon attack in Helgen. No, we have much more important matters at hand, and after forking over 7,500 gold, we're now the proud new owners of this cute country cottage, the Tundra Homestead. Our new homestead. Wow. So beautiful. Vampires can't come into your home unless they're invited, right? Okay, we have our new house. Let's loot it for everything that it's worth. I just like how cozy this house is. Look at it. Doesn't it just make you want to curl up with a good book and then scroll on TikTok for 4 hours? While in the neighborhood, we stop by Risad, grabbing a coat of flour and then fast traveling to Solitude to talk to this crazy dude Dervinin. He starts us on Shia Gorath's Daedric quest, which we don't actually care about doing, we just need access to the Pelagius wing of the Blue Palace so we can grab the purple butterfly in a jar for Saints and Seducers. Before we can get the key though, we need to do Falk Firebeard's quest to clear out the Necromancers in Wolfskull Cave, and this works out well because we also need to do his follow-up quest in order to get a new pet. We stop the Necromancer's ritual and get the key from Falk, letting us grab the purple butterfly, and back at the farm, I finally learn how to utilize our pets. As we know, there's a weird bug that makes it so pets won't follow us. However, each pet comes with its very own teleportation spell. This is usually just for if your pet gets lost somewhere or if you want to swap out one pet with another, but we can use them as a form of teleporting chest. Kind of like the secret servant power from one of the black books. Alteration. Let's get our dwarven mud crab. Oh, get back here. No, get back here. Damn you. Yeah, can't run from me. Okay, I need you to carry something. You will carry a bunch of cabbage soups. We make some more potions, sell some more potions, and head into the Ragged Flagon to purchase another player home, Shadowfoot Sanctum. This house is also cozy like the Tundra Homestead, but you need to run all the way through the Ratway to access it, which is a bit of a pain. Very cozy if you ignore the fact that you live in a sewer, that is true. That is a striking negative point on its homes.com listing. Our next job is in Whiterun, where apparently there's an assassin who plans on killing the Jarl as part of the Bow of Shadows creation. We need to go on an Easter egg hunt for clues, and once we stop by Arcadia's Cauldron, the Hall of the Dead, the stables, and finally Silent Moon's camp, it's revealed that the assassin has been inside Dragon's Reach this whole time under the Cloak of Invisibility. Kinda. Technically he is, but it's coded so that he can't show up during important parts of certain quests, including Before the Storm, so we let the Jarl know about the dragon attack in Helgen, and now we can finally kill that pesky assassin. Yeah! Now we attack, but I wonder if we could just like fling him over the railing right here. Does that do it? Okay, that killed him. Awesome. And now we have 40 ebony arrows, the amethyst, and most importantly, the Bow of Shadows. The weapon draws 20% faster and casts invisibility for 30 seconds. Ooh, look at this. It looks so awesome. Whoa. Whoa, look at this awesome bow. Okay, let's go sell this thing because I don't actually want it. While we're here in Whiterun, we speak with Adrian, who sells us a pair of Brawler's leather bracers added by the Fearsome Fists creation. When purchasing or looting these, they come with an unarmed damage enchantment aimed to expand the lacking support of unarmed builds, and while we can craft most of them, the Brawler's fur bracers can only be obtained from a merchant, so we'll need to keep an eye out for those. Our next goal is to get the legendary sword Goldbrand, which we started way back when we first visited Winterhold, and this is another quick one. We speak with Lars, who gives us a family amulet, and we head to Shroudhearth Barrow just south of Iverstead to kill a dragon priest. Yeah. How do I do this? I got it. I got it. No, I got it. I'm really thinking now. Oh, there's a second set of levers. That's that one looks bad on my end. I'll say that. Smartest Skyrim player. Okay. Let me solve this really quick. I'm kind of like a genius with puzzles, so that's just... We kill the Dragon Priest and take his skull, which we use along with the amulet to unlock the path forward. A short Draugr-filled dungeon later, and we grab the mythical sword, forged by dragons, imbued with the power of Boethia, Goldbrand. But we're even more excited because we finally found that ancient Nord helmet we were looking for. The next creation we start, the Grey Cowl of Nocturnal, involves a mystery surrounding a dead thief and some light espionage, but we're cut short by a courier starting us on Falk Firebeard's follow-up quest. Before following up on the follow-up, we follow up on getting our follows up and summon 2 new fellows up, finally completing the Gallows Hall creation. The Wolf Queen Awakened is a pretty lengthy quest with a difficult boss fight at the end, but once we complete it, we get a letter telling us about some weird camp near Solitude. Here, there's a necromancer who's created some new undead wolves, and once returning them to the afterlife, we open the cage to the best pet in the game, the Bone Wolf. This guy's not just cute and cuddly, but he can also carry 10 times more than the average pet, and comes with a unique passive of making you deal 25% more damage to undead. Unfortunately, with the pet bug, we can't get the bonus passive, but the 200-pound kilogram carry weight will be super useful for storing ingots when we need to grind our smithing. Speaking of smithing, we head to the blacksmith in Whiterun and deck out our unicorn with none other than some steel horse armor, which I just have to mention here that the horse armor in this game costs even more than the horse armor DLC in Oblivion. At least before, it costs $5 to get both armors, but with how Creation Club worked, you couldn't just buy the creations, you would need to purchase creation credits, and the lowest denomination you could buy would be $8. $8 for horse armor, and if you use one of the Creation Club horses, it's already immortal, so you don't even need armor for it. Anyways, booting back up the Grey Cowl quest, we need to break into a house and read a note telling us what our job is, and this is where the quest gets super confusing and elaborate, but it's not important, so we can skip past it. Essentially, the Grey Fox wants to pass down the identity, and he's giving us this job to prove that we're worthy. The job is to pickpocket a Landy and replace it with a forged one, and once we do that, our final task is to retrieve the ancestral sword of Clan Iceblade. This comes at the end of another Draugr dungeon, and once we grab it, we return to the Riftton Cemetery where we finally meet the Man of Mystery himself. Okay, we're coming up to the Tomb of the Grey Fox. Read the Stranger's Journal, and behind us, huzzah, the Stranger appears. It's the Grey Fox. And now... Stupid. What happens if I kill you? Shit. That's the reason that you don't walk around with your swords raised. Hey everybody, let's head back to the Tomb of the Grey Fox. How does that sound? No, walking around with my sword raised was not a euphemism. Okay, and we're not gonna attack him. And that completes the quest. Boom. Let me just show you guys real quick what this does. It's very cool. The Grey Cowl of Nocturnal. Sneaking is 25% better. Carrying capacity increased by 50 points. Nearby living creatures, but not undead machines or Daedra, can be seen through walls. Turns guards hostile. So essentially, it's just a permanent detect life that turns guards hostile if they see you wearing it. Like you can see through the wall, there's someone walking over there. It has incredible range on it. Much higher range than any other detect life spell. And so I'll just show you if we, obviously the guards don't like the Grey Cowl. So they're all gonna attack you if they see you wearing it. So we can keep going on with some quests. Like Blood in the Water. Blood in the Water is another short and sweet creation. We just head to Lost Knife Hideout and kill some bandit leader who drops this axe that isn't even enchanted, which is pretty lame considering how you had to pay real money in order to get it. For us though, it's very nice because it only took about 3 minutes, and we'll need a lot more creations like it if we want to finish close to the 25-hour mark. Using our newly dripped out horse to climb up the side of a mountain, we reach a ritual site plagued with the dead, and this is part of the Plague of the Dead creation. Killing them and reading a nearby journal completes a simple intro quest, and we also find the Conjure Zombie spell tome, leaving just a few more conjuration spells before we can mark off the creation. Heading to Finis Gester at the college lets us purchase the next rank of Conjure Zombie, as well as the spell Soul Split for the Necromantic Grimoire. Keeping on track with the whole spooky vibe, we make the long trek to Bloodchill Cavern, home to a new player home, but before we can own it, we need to crash a party. Up here at Bloodchill Cavern, we have been invited to dinner by some vampires, or by some esteemed colleagues. Hello, waiter. Can you show me to my table? I'm so glad that they're having us over for dinner. Damn it, I messed up the stupid... Wow, I'm really excited that they're having us for dinner. I'm so excited to be had for dinner. Holy shit! After killing these cattle farmers, this orc, simply named Dawnguard, hands us the keys to the place, finishing the quest and adding yet another house to our Monopoly board. Well, I didn't know that this place also had a staff enchanter. Okay. Rewind the footage when I'm editing this video, and it is also the only place other than Tel Mithryn that gives us access to a staff enchanter. Make sure that I point out how I was a liar before, because this place does have a staff enchanter. Before starting anything new, I decide that we should go ahead and round out the wild horses creation, tracking down and taming the chestnut horse, gray spotted horse, pale mare, and the white spotted horse, completing the horse whisperer quest and finishing off wild horses. While doing this, we also stop by Risad, purchasing 5 new rare curios ingredients, and this is when I decide to start the most frustrating, coolest, in-depth, annoyingly large, and well-crafted dungeon experience for the creation Forgotten Seasons. It takes us 5 whole minutes of running straight through the intro dungeon just to reach the main one, which in itself has 4 more mini dungeons attached to it. The reason that it's so cool is because each mini dungeon is themed around one of the 4 seasons, and has its own well thought out, unique puzzles that need to be solved. Like in the summer dungeon, where we need to use a spider control rod and lead it to Mario Party spaces in order to unlock the path forward, but we have to be careful that our spider friend doesn't die to traps or enemies. This mini dungeon in particular sucks because of how slow the spider moves, but while doing this, we find a silver staff of peace and finish the dungeon not too long after. I should mention that the whole deal with this place is that something in here is messing with the weather, and we need to complete each mini dungeon before we can access whatever is causing these weird weather anomalies. In addition to this, there are 2 very annoying side quests where we need to find a bunch of objects scattered around the dungeons, making the whole process take just that much longer. Moving on to the Autumn dungeon, we grab the first of 5 pieces of a dwarven horse that we need in order to slap it back together. The goal of this dungeon is to harvest a bunch of uniquely colored wheat, and the tricky part is that we need to avoid the patrolling dwarven centurions, turning this into a really cool stealth mission. Or at least an optionally stealth mission. Oh my god, look at my radar. Yeah. I got too many haters. Too many haters. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. In addition to the wheat and horse parts, we grabbed the Dwarven Autumn Visage, the first of 3 Visi needed for the Dwarven Crown side quest. After recovering 4 pieces of the horse and all 6 colored wheat, we placed the wheat in some depositories, opening the path to the Dwarven Horse Head and a gem needed to unlock the final room of the main dungeon. The winter dungeon isn't too noteworthy, it's kinda just needlessly long and sometimes confusing where to go, which proves extra difficult due to the cold sapping away at our speed and health bar, but about 5 minutes later, we grab another gem. Not that I'm not dressed head to toe right now. Obviously, I'm dressed head to toe. I'm not like sitting here without pants on or anything. Oh my god. So, we grab the gem, and in the final Spring-themed dungeon, we can't access the gem until we kill the boss Spriggan at the end of the dungeon, controlling some roots blocking our path. We do so and also grab my favorite addition in the creation, the Dwarven Dronefly. Oh, the Dwarven Dronefly! Okay, the Dwarven Dronefly. This is very cool. It is a misc item, and it acts as kind of like a pet. And stamina regenerates 24% faster, and you resist 40% of poison damage whenever you activate it. Boom. Let's get out of here. Unfortunately, I completely forgot about these spring and winter visages, so we waste about 10 minutes running through the 2 dungeons again. How's 100% going? It's going awesome. And we are making great time. We're gonna finish within the next 2 hours for sure. Now that we've removed all of the gems, we have access to the dungeon's final chamber, where we find the source of the weather anomalies to be an HAS, with the awesome nickname of the Sky Orchestrator. For how cool it is, it's not actually that strong, and we're able to quickly take it out with the help of some resistance potions and Berserker's Rage. On its body, we grab the Ward of the Seasons, which is just some crappy dwarven armor, and from a nearby book, we also get the passive effect Turn of the Seasons, which I have no idea what it does because it looks like it was written by an ant. After popping all of the horse pieces together like Legos, we've got a brand new metal mount, and we head to the forge in Whiterun to top off the last remaining side quest. With the 3 visages, we can pop them into a dwarven crown, each one having its own unique enchantment, completing the dwarven crown and the creation as a whole. While we're here, we also go ahead and craft the 2 remaining backpacks for the backpacks creation. We pick up some fungus stalk and drow wax from the grocery store and deck out our red horse with some elven armor, finishing off everyone's favorite creation, and we then head south of Iverstead to the Alchemist Shack. Okay, we have come here because there is a cute little rabbit, and we need to read this really quick. And grab some carrots, because Thistle wants carrots. Boom! We now have Thistle as a pet. We also head to Rorikstead, where we buy Hilda the goat off of Halvar, which is the final pet of Skyrim needed for the Pets of Skyrim quest, and likewise the Pets of Skyrim creation. The next one is incredibly short, as all we need to do is head south of Dawnstar, where we find Definitely Not Santa Claus, and we purchase a full set of Saturnalia clothes as well as this cute little reindeer, all part of the Saturnalia holiday pack creation. Okay, we're heading to Understone Keep because we need to break into the Dwemer Museum, because there is an awesome weapon here. Probably one of the best weapons that we can get for this entire speedrun. And we're going to be very careful not to get caught. Give me a second. No, give me a second. This is actually... Let me just lock into this lock pick. Okay. And in here, Here's a super secret soup.
Order of the yard. Stop right there.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Where is it? I actually don't know where it is. Okay, there's a weapon somewhere around here. Hey, here it is. Stendarr's hammer. Stendarr's hammer is a huge hindrance weighing 100 kilograms and depleting your stamina on hit. And even if it packs a bit of a punch, it's just not worth taking up like a third of your inventory. Over in the Winking Skeever in Solitude, we read a book detailing the life of Cyrus, the protagonist of the Elder Scrolls Redguard game, starting us on a quest to find his hidden treasure in Blackbone Isle. The last person to go there died in prison, so we need to check out his cell in order to learn more. So we need to go to jail really quick. How are we gonna go to jail? Like this. Yeah. Okay, Gog, don't actually go killing people, please. Shit. Guard, take me to jail. Take me to jail. Okay, that escalated a little bit quicker than I thought it was going to. Let's just steal a tomato. Okay, nobody gives a f that I just stole a tomato. Hey, there we go. Take me to jail. Okay, in jail, we're going to talk to this guy. Or actually, no, we're going to read this note. Kevin's note. Now we need to break out. So I'm examining the loose brick. What did that do for me? Hey, let's serve our time in jail. And my game crashed. This time, I actually pay attention and realize that we got a map to Blackbone Isle from the loose brick, and after serving our sentence, we head to the northern coast and kill a bunch of pirates. On the leader's body, we grab the Blackwater Blade, and we use their ship to sail to Blackbone Isle. Okay, we're just gonna dodge this guy and get on this awesome boat. Peace. Okay, well, game crashed again. Go, go, go. Die, die, die. Board the ship. And we're not gonna crash. Awesome. Wait, who's here? Here at Blackbone Isle, we find a big ol' pirate ship filled with Cyrus's big ol' undead crew. We head below deck and fight our way to the captain's room, where we grab Cyrus's saber, boots, and clothes, and now we need to fight our way back out against the ghosts of the sailors. Making our great escape doesn't quite check off the creation because we'll be coming back here in the future. In the meantime though, you better put your Crocs into sport mode because we're really going to be picking up the pace with the alternative armors. As I mentioned before, there are 15 of these alternative armor creations, with most of them being a simple fetch quest, but a few of them are... Chat, watch this. This is about to be the most incredible 2 minutes of your life. A little more involved. We've already dipped our toes in with the Orcish scaled armor, so we already kinda know the basic outline, and I'll just give you the spark notes. We defeat a few skeletons guarding a chest with the studded dragon scale armor, and after climbing to the tippy top of Darklight Tower... So you're good at Skyrim, name every mod. Lydia big boobs, Serana big boobs, Ysolda big boobs, Rayloft big boobs, horse armor. We kill a Hagraven, starting the most in-depth alternative armor, Dragonplate. We use Rudolph to fly to another tower near Arcwind Point. We kill some Falmer cosplayer who drops a unique Falmer helmet and war axe, and after killing the boss bandit Crow's Tooth, we grab her unique Forsworn war axe as well. At the top of the tower, we find a dead NPC with some of the absolute best gear in the game, a full set of Dragonplate armor. Wait, why does he have Dragonbone mail? Where's the Dragonplate insulated cuirass to match the set? It's on the checklist. How do we get the armor? Okay, just so we have everything straight, We need 100 smithing for the dragonplate alternative armor, which also means we need to do the main quest to start spawning dragons to harvest dragon bones, and we still need 30 madness ore for madness gear, and we need 100 conjuration for necromantic grimoire so we can do Finis Gester's master conjuration quest so we can purchase master level spells, and we only have 1 hour left until the 25-hour goal, but hey, at least we have horse armor. Over at Trader's Post, we kill some bandits and loot the Ring of Master, which we could trade for a set of Daedric mail, but we just purchased the mail instead because the ring could be very useful later for a creation I haven't mentioned yet. On top of everything else, we need to be level 46 before we can start the cause creation, and the simplest way to get there is just by spamming Muffle, so we'll be hoarding all of the illusion gear we can find to make the leveling grind easier. While doing that, we got a letter from a courier telling us to head back to the Flying Dutchman, and once we do so, Dead Man's Dread has become the final player home in Creation Club. This is one of the most unique player homes, with a map that lets you fast travel to different ports in the game. However, it's by far my least favorite just because of how inconvenient it is. You need to fast travel to the island, head into the grotto, run for 45 seconds, and then you can enter your house, which is just way too much effort for my liking. After purchasing 3 more rare ingredients from Rasad, we take another quick detour and start a treasure hunt for the Sunder and Wraithguard creation. After following some clues leading us across Skyrim, we grab a funky box and end up in the Sightless Pit, a weirdly large and complex Falmer dungeon. At the very end of it, we use the funky box to unlock a funky room, the Sightless Vault, where we need to solve a quick puzzle before we can fight the boss. This requires a key to open. I forgot about the boss. Ah! Get him, Gog. Holy cow, that just almost one-shot me. Let me quick save. Huzzah! This guy is strong. Oh my god, this guy is strong. Yep, go for the attack, go for the attack. Okay, back up. You ain't winning this fight, buddy. Okay, well, can't you guys, like, have a little bit of faith in me? Okay, let's just kill him. Charge! Charge! Oh my god, we're actually f***ing him up. Holy shit. Wait, I forgot about how orcs just have the win fight button. That's cool. Thankfully, we avoided another ghost mud crab situation and handled that fight easily enough, granting us access to Sunder and Wraithguard, 2 dwarven artifacts that I think played some important part in Morrowind, but I don't know. I tried playing it once, but got scared off by the walls of text and the fact that hitting someone is a dice roll. Ah! Skeever! Skeever, I hardly know her. You guys ever heard of that one? We head to the middle of the woods and kill a bandit, netting us a full set of elven hunter gear, and we head out to Knife Point Ridge to get another set of armor. Chat, watch this. This is about to be the most incredible 2 minutes of your life. Bet you're used to saying that. Okay, don't say that. Dude, this guy looks dope as... Okay, die, 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 die. Search the bounty hunter. Bounty hunter's note. Daedric plate armor of imminent illusion. Daedric plate helmet of imminent health. Daedric boots of fire suppression. Daedric gauntlets of imminent alchemy. Boom. And a flute. That was Beyond the Grave. Now we just need to be able to fast travel back to our house. Quickly. Very, very quickly. Okay, we can wait, which means we can fast travel. Let's fast travel back to Golden Hills Plantation so we can drop off this this new armor. Oh my god. Chat. Chat. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. There's too much to do, too little time, too much fishing. I really thought that we could have done it. I guess I really am just the worst player in the world. I guess it's just what's expected from someone as big of a loser as me. I guess we'll never know how long it'll take to do this. Stupid. How could I I've done that. 25 hours. What? Come on. How stupid do you have to be to think that you could do all of this in 25 hours? You spent 10 hours fishing. You're stupid, stupid, stupid. Wait, can you guys hear me? Oh shit, I thought I muted. That's awkward. That's actually... Wait, could you guys hear that whole thing? Hey, I guess we might as well continue. So, with the 25-hour dream just as dead as Lokir, our new goal is to see just how long it takes to complete all of Creation Club. Just south of Iverstead, at the ruins of Bethalft, we kill some chap and take his dwarven mail, and within a tower in the Reach, we find some dwarven plate armor and boots just lying around. At a Thalmor camp on the northern coast, we kill some baddies and loot a full set of iron plate armor, and over in Lost Echo Cave, we kill some Lamo and grab her leather scout gear. The next creation takes us to Cragslang Cavern, and once we disrupt their illegal skooma operation, we learn of someone named the Collector in Riftton, who we purchase a full set of Orcish scaled armor from. Hey guys, I had an awful weekend. I invited all of my friends over for a housewarming party. I just should have thought twice before buying the igloo. Damn it, my Skyrim crashed. We interrupt the Skeever shindig in Lund's hut and loot some silver armor from his chest. And the final alternative armor we're chasing at the moment takes us to Dragonbridge, where we find a dead guard. From a note, we learn that he was killed by a fellow guard, who's actually an undercover bandit. For whatever reason, this bandit wants an honorable death now? I don't really know. The story for this one was a bit confusing, but we kill him nonetheless, stripping him of his steel soldier armor and marking the end of the alternative armors. For now. Okay, that was Over the Edge, the final alternative armor that we're going to get right now. The rest requires either like level 100 smithing or going to Solstheim, which I don't want to do right now. And this one requires level 32, which we just aren't. Reading a note in the Drunken Huntsman starts the Civil War Champions creation, which is another short and sweet quest that gives us a bunch of cool gear. Both the Imperials and Stormcloaks have their own champion that they want to fight like Pokemon, and we decide to join the Stormcloak side just because it's quicker. For this, they give us a boatload of gear, including a shield, sword, great axe, and a full set of heavy armor. With it, we head to an area near our Tundra homestead where the battle is supposed to take place, and we introduce ourselves to our Imperial rival. And we should give them a war to remember. Huzzah! My game crashed. Quick save, just in case, not that I'm scared. And I'm going to ult. Hey, this is a much easier battle now. It's much easier when you press your orc win button. Nice job, team. Okay, Imperial Dragon Shield, Dragon's Oath, Agatage Talon, Imperial, and we're gonna drop it all. Our next creation takes us to Shor's Stone, where we need to brawl with Azadi. Unfortunately, our armor that has a drain health aura is deemed not fair for a fist fight for whatever reason, so we need to strip down before we get down. After winning this game of Punch-Out, he goes invisible and runs away, and we can't continue this quest until we get a follow-up letter from a courier, so we go ahead and make our way to Forest Skull Lookout for the Divine Crusader creation. Up here, we find some dead NPCs geared up with a full set of light and heavy Crusader equipment, completing an invisible quest to find the relics. However, the creation doesn't end there. If at any point you're wearing the armor and your infamy is above 0, you will be stripped of and prevented from equipping any piece of Crusader gear, starting you on a journey to pray at a bunch of shrines scattered across Skyrim to repent. This isn't too difficult, really just more annoying than anything, and after about 20 minutes of running around, we activate the final shrine. I'm all bark and no bite? No, that's not true. One time I bit someone in elementary school because they stole one of my grippers for my pencil. So I'm not no bite. I'm some bite for sure. Hey, I prayed at all of the shrines. Or like all fart, no pee. That's that's not an equal. That's. Hey guys, we got everything. Over in a cave in the eastern mountains, we need to find whatever dark presence is lurking within, and after some puzzling and draugering, we find a cool purple ghost dead set on murdering us. This guy's pretty tough as he deals a ton of damage and has an invulnerable phase, but due to the layout of the boss chamber, it's easy enough to kite around and defeat him with a bunch of chip damage. We loot the super strong Greatsword Umbra, completing the quest and the creation as a whole. Our next stop is a random bridge out in the middle of nowhere, and here we find a ghost who we follow to a bunch of Forsworn for the Spell Knight armor creation. From a note on one of their bodies, we learn that they stole the heart of that cool ghost we were following, and after retrieving and returning said heart, the ghost is able to rest in peace, and we're able to loot a full set of steel, iron, and ebony Spell Knight armor, marking off the creation. Finally, moving on from just some simple weapons and armor creations, we reach one of the most unique additions of the bunch, Bittercup. After reading a journal describing a mysterious altar out near Falkreath, we head over to find said altar, and we make sure to hard save here. This is because, unfortunately, even in Creation Club, we still can't escape multiple timelines. Depending on what we pray for at the altar, we can get 3 wildly different quests and rewards, so we'll need to reload after each one to make sure we don't miss anything for 100% completion. Okay, and we are starting with Power. Is that a book right there? That's absolutely a book right there. Why can't I pick it up? Jesus! That scared me. After greening out, we wake up in a cell with nothing on us, except for whatever garbage they didn't bother to take. This prison contains some basic gear one would need for combat, but thankfully we're not fighting anyone. Never mind, they've remade the arena from Oblivion. We should just be free to win this without any problems. Oh, we don't have our racial power. Oh shit. What else? I don't care. There doesn't happen to be any food around here, does there? We'll take the Orcish shield. And the Daedric helmet. That's an upgrade. Oh shit. We have 1 potion of healing. Awesome. You guys think I can make it? We do have conjuration. We could just conjure a Golden Saint Warrior would probably be the best thing that we can do. Let's just try not to die. Try not to die. Try not to die. Okay, we'll go over here. We'll get fast healing. We can heal up really quick. Okay, he's toggled aggro. We should just be able to go and fight now. Okay, our Golden Saint Warrior did just save us right here. This guy has full set of Bone Mold. That's an upgrade. Okay, nice job, Golden Saint Warrior. Okay, this is the champion, I believe. Golden Saint Warrior, just kill him while I hold up my shield. Thank you. Okay. Success! We have the Bitter Cup. Permanently increases the greater health, magic or stamina by 20 points, decreases the lesser by 20 points. The Grand Champion Sword, the Grand Champion's Helm, and sure, 50 gold, why not? Whoa. You look so cool. Oh, I look so stupid. I look so dumb. After escaping the arena, we kill the pit boss and leave the pit, marking off the first quest, meaning we can reload back to the altar. This time, we opt to pray for fortune, and after a quick nap, we wake up with a fun little note slipped into our pocket asking us to help plunder some valuables. There's some rich high elf in Markarth, and we need to dispatch his bodyguard before we can get close to him. Or we can just pickpocket his ring right in front of his bodyguard. Sure, that works too. Down in the Warrens, we find a dead courier with further instructions, and now we need to cosplay as a mailman and deliver a letter claiming someone's been stealing from his fortune. Hey there, guy. I'm a courier. Yes, I am a courier. I'm a very official courier. Wait for Gwynethil to forget me? What does this mean? Oh, we need to disguise ourselves as a courier. Now we have completely completely disguised ourselves. We look nothing like we did before. Hello, I'm a courier.
You expect me to believe that?
Shit. Okay, let's wait for Gwynethil to forget us. Fine, I guess that the saber-toothed cat helmet that we were wearing doesn't make us look like a courier. I'm a courier. What? What do you mean? Greetings, I'm with the courier service. What? Unequip my weapons and my arrows? Hello, I'm a courier. What, is he just being racist now? Can orcs not be couriers? Oh, I need to say the correct... I need to say the right audio or the right dialogue options. You need to say what a courier says. Have a note with your eyes only. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I should have realized that. We follow Gwynethil as he rushes to his treasure, and once he unlocks the room, we go ahead and kill him since he isn't of use anymore. We then get approached by our employer, who hands us the Bitter Cup as a reward, and we loot the newly added Master Transmute spell before reloading for the final time back to the altar. This time, we pray for nothing, and nothing happens. Or at least not at the moment. After some time passes, we get stopped by a courier who hands us a note from Danica Purespring asking for our help, as well as a follow-up letter to that brawl we had earlier, but we'll get back to that later. In the meantime, we make our way to Dawnstar, where we convince the fairy to take us to the island of Giant's Tooth. Okay, what are we doing at Giant's Tooth? Investigate the area. Hey, a bunny. Why are you so mad? Oh, Gog, stay safe. These guys are a bunch of maniacs. The reason we came here is for some rare ironwood fruit to make a soup so good it'll save a man's life, and after plucking one, we get ambushed by a bunch of Spriggans. We use the Staff of Hasedoki to take care of the giants outside. Oh shit! And back at our farm, we make the legendary ironwood soup, which we baby bird to the dying man, bringing him back to good health. As thanks, he hands us the Bitter Cup, his dagger, and becomes available as a follower, and this completes the final Bitter Cup quest. Do we even want to drink the Bitter Cup? This is actually a good decision that I wasn't thinking about. It permanently increases our magicka, because we have the most magicka out of anything, and it would decrease our other 2 stats or just the lowest stat by 20. I don't think that it's worth it. Having 20 less health and stamina, or stamina, I don't want 20 less stamina. That sucks. That would be so much worse. The 20 extra magicka doesn't help us as much as the 20 less stamina would hurt us. So we aren't going to drink it. From the note we received earlier, we learned that there's a secret Redguard organization called Remnants that are fighting against the Thalmor, but one of their members has been taken hostage. We find the Remnants' snazzy leader in Whiterun, and he tells us about a couple of Remnant spies that might know a thing or two about the hostage. After meeting up with them, they essentially just tell us exactly where the Thalmor are going to be, and once we relay this info back to Fijay, he gives us a full set of Remnant gear, including my new favorite shield in the game. Holy cow, that looks awesome! We head to Sunderstone Gorge and take out the Thalmor soldiers, allowing us to free the hostage, and we loot the sword Bone Shaver from a nearby body. Returning with Fijay completes the quest, and now's when I finally remember to follow up on the Saints and Seducers' only remaining quest. Underneath the Solitude Arch, we find Stada, a golden saint who's looking for an artifact before heading back to the Shivering Isles. She wants either the Sword of Jigaleg, which we immediately dropped after grabbing it, or the Sheogorath-shaped amber, which we need in order to get a spell, so we head back into the sewers and hope that the sword hasn't despawned. Thankfully, we got lucky, and returning the sword to Stada completes her quest and gives us her helmet. While we're on the subject, we go ahead and bring the Sheogorath-shaped amber to the Atronach Forge in the Midden, where we offer it in exchange for a spell tome to summon Stada. The spell is incredibly broken. It's a master level spell that conjures an incredibly strong warrior and only costs 64 magicka, meaning that even someone not playing a mage can still easily cast it. This was the last remaining Saints and Seducers objective before the crafted armors, but those won't get completed for a long time because we've got something big on our plate. Like, as big as an island. That's right, it's time for Solstheim. Solstheim poses a particularly interesting challenge for the speedrun because pretty much every inch of the island is freezing cold. This means that we need to be very particular about where we're going and how long it'll take, because the risk of freezing to death will be imminent. We make sure to come prepared though, and make a bunch of hot cabbage soups to serve as a get out of hell free card if we're close to dying. Our first stop in Solstheim is the Wretched Netch, where we read a note and grab the Fork of Horripilation for the Staff of Sheogorath creation. The note, written by the Mad God himself, tells us how to craft the Staff of Sheogorath, but the materials can only be obtained by killing a couple bull netches with this tiny fork. Great. On our way to fork up a netch, we run into some bandits who've just killed some bloke. Removing them from the equation, we read Bloke's journal detailing the process of making Nordic jewelry, and we now need to craft a ring, amulet, and circlet. After beating the fork out of the bull netch, it forks over Sirta's eye, and we immediately go craft the jewelry before we forget, completing the Nordic jewelry creation. Hey there, Geldus. I'd like to rent a room. Let's sleep until the morning so that it's not as cold. What just happened? Oh, I forgot about this whole deal. Oh my god! Oh, the fast travel skip. This was entirely on purpose that I slept to get to this netch very quickly. Definitely on purpose to do the teleport sleep skip. Okay, that was the branch tree of the shades. Now we need to craft the Staff of Sheogorath. So let's head back to Skyrim because it wants us to go to Neloth Station. However, we actually have a station at our very own Murwatch. And my game crashed. This means that we don't need to do Neloth's side quests to get him to unlock the Staff Enchanter room for us. And it saves a lot of time. And now we can craft the Staff of Sheogorath. Boom. So what are the staves that we need to make? Judgment, Shaming, Chastening. Judgment, Shaming, Chastening. Okay. Judgment. None of these are showing up. Did this thing lie to me? Are these not actual things that I can make? Yes, unfortunately, the UESP page lied and said that the only new staff that can't be crafted is the new Conjuration staff. However, it turns out that none of the new enchantments can be created, and we'll need to purchase or loot the remaining staves, which is just another aspect of randomness we'll throw on the list. We can't get stuck on that, and we are heading back to Solstheim for more Solstheiming. Jumping spiders. I hardly know hers. Who are you? Dang hell, I hate this game. This shit-ass game. Worst game in the entire world, I swear to God. This is unbelievable. This is actually unbelievable. Why do I just have to find him immediately? Like immediately without wanting to. And I spent like 4 hours trying to find him in the 100% challenge. Hey, it's a Nyx Hound. We purchased this beaut of a creature from Revis, completing its creation, and before we leave, we also buy his Kagramez Resonance Gem. We need 4 of these in total to complete the Kagramez Gauntlet, a requirement for the Arcane Archer creation. Moving on to one of the final alternative armors, we read a bandit's journal describing how he went searching for Stalrim fur armor on a nearby island, and we head out to nab it first.
I'm Balaman. I need these fire salts.
Hey, it's a bunch of werebears. Hopefully these guys don't kill me. Okay, they're actually pretty weak. These guys aren't gonna kill me, right? Hey, killed me a lot faster than I thought. This time, we stick to the rivers and the lakes that we're used to and take the safe path along the coast until we parkour to the aforementioned island, where we find the aforementioned bandit waiting for us. Instead of fighting with honor, we just fling him into the freezing cold water like Jack from Titanic and chip away at him while he's defenseless, letting us loot the nearby aforementioned Stalrim fur armor set. On another island off the coast, we find a tribe of Reiklings who are particularly skilled in the aspect of netch leather. This is the beginning of the netch leather armor creation, essentially just giving us a bunch more garbage to craft, but before we can learn how, we need to assist a hunting party. Doing so gains the favor of the chief, who rewards us with a full set of painted netch leather armor as well as the crafting guide for each of the 5 different types. 5 different types. For whoever is just yearning for the shadowed, boiled netch leather helmet. The crafting guide also reveals that in Fort Ragstad back in Skyrim, we can find some more armor as well as a new artifact. Okay, you guys are gonna die. Just kidding. I actually don't care about fighting you, I just want to get the cool stuff. Okay, in the chest, we have the Netch Leather Tower Shield, Netch Leather Bracers, the Boots of Blinding Speed, the boots, the helmet, and the armor. We don't care about the Netch Leather Armor, Boots, Bracers, or Helmet, or the Leather Tower Shield. However, the boots are quite interesting. Let me kill these guys and show you. Actually, no, I don't want to kill these guys, so we're just gonna run away. How does that sound? Okay. Let's go. Let's run from the fight. Holy shit, look at this gameplay. Look at the sick gameplay. I'm running into a wall, actually. I think I'm running into a wall. Yes. Okay, so the Boots of Blinding Speed are actually not gonna be very helpful for us, but they are cool, and it's interesting to have them, just not practical enough for us to use. We'll save the rest of the Netch Leather creation for our arts and crafts time, because we're about to tackle another one of the most in-depth creations of them all, Ghosts of the Tribunal. Much like Saints and Seducers for Oblivion, Ghosts of the Tribunal exists to bring a taste of Morrowind to your Skyrim experience. I think this one has cooler weapons and armor than Saints and Seducers, but let me know what you think in the comments. Our first stop is Falbathar's, a large Dwemer dungeon that contains some of the most confusing puzzles in the game, but thankfully, no puzzle stands a chance against my impalpable intelligence. Hey, a bunch of buttons. Yeah, I'm just looking this up. My quick wits solve the puzzle, opening the path forward to the Forge Room, where we kill some heretic with a funky looking mask. This is the first, but certainly not last, funky mask we'll be seeing in this creation. On his body, we pick up his helmet and robes, as well as an ebony scimitar and 3 instruments needed for the quest Trueflame. We need to enchant a sword to be, well, Trueflame, but before we can do this, we need 3 more forge gems, which we'll pick up throughout the rest of the creation. Before leaving, we actually need to complete the rest of the dungeon, because there's another Kagramez Resonance Gem waiting for us at the end. The boss chamber contains 2 Dwarven Centurions, but with Stada at the ready, it becomes a piece of cake. And we get the Visage of Mazan, that's what we're here for! And the Kagramez Resonance Gem, and a bunch of gold. Before continuing, we make a quick pit stop at the Khajiit Caravan, where we grab some Luminous Rasula, and we learn from a note on the heretic's body that there's a Tribunal cult near Raven Rock. We disguise ourselves with Kenro's outfit, granting us entry, and this is where the bulk of the creation takes place. Here, we need to rise up in the ranks like a good little cult member, and our first task is to complete tasks. First up on the list is spreading the gospel, but we don't really care about that, so we just turn some propaganda letters into the temple priest, and the first task is completed. Next, we need to stop a tribunal mask from being sold, so we race to the old Atticus farm cellar and strike through their contract, letting us loot our second forge gem as well as the Mask of Vivek. The third and final task is to go rescue a member from the dungeon Kagrin cell, but the end of the dungeon actually feeds out into Stony Creek Cave, and we can skip the whole thing by heading straight there. After killing some bandits and freeing the hostage, she hands us the Mask of Sotha Sil, marking off our final task. While we're here in the mainland, we stop by Risad again to grab some congealed putrescence, which sounds lovely, and on our way back to Cole HQ, we get ambushed by some ash zombies. Whoa, ash zombies? This is a mean ash zombie, am I right? Returning to the matriarch completes the quest and starts a follow-up quest to figure out the source of the ash zombie attacks. Wow, does this sound familiar to anyone else, or just me? She says that we can learn more in the armory, and this is where we get a ton of goodies. After we grab the third Forge Gem and the Mask of Almalexia, we solve a puzzle by placing each of the Tribunal masks on some mannequins, unlocking the gate to a chest containing a note, a super cool sword. Not only that, but we also loot every single thing in the armory, meaning we can mark off an ebony mace, a full set of Endoral and her hand armor, an Ordinator shield, a Redoran Watchman's helmet, and the 3 artifacts Magebane, Skullcrusher, and Light of Day. From the note in the chest, we learn that the ash zombies came from a priest of Dagoth and he challenges us to a duel near Tel Mithrin. Okay, let's kill this fella. Yeah, Erden Relvel. Loser ass name. Why don't you get a cool name like Broccoli Rob? Okay, and here we got the final Falbathar's Forge Gem, and the Mask of Dagoth and the Robe of the Lich. That is what I'm talking about. We actually don't care about this, but it does look pretty cool. We look cool as f, don't we? And now... Attack! You guys, take care of those guys. I'm subverting their expectations. Charge! Vesparth the Toad, you will perish. Kya! And on your body, you have some butter. Yes, the butter that we were here for. But more importantly, the Cleaver of Saint Thelms. With our traitorism out of the way, all that's left for us is to enchant Trueflame, and since we have all 4 Forge Gems, we head back to the Dwemer Dungeon to finish off the creation. Okay. Place the Forge Conduit. Forge Gem Conduit. Gem Forge Conduit. Okay. I'm so excited. Okay, now what? I get my weapon out. Now I enchant my weapon. Now I put the Pyroil Tar on my weapon. And I weaponize it. The hell am I doing here? Okay, let's apply some Pyroil Tar. How does that sound? Huzzah! I hope that I'm not just drinking this tar. I don't think that's how I'm supposed to be doing it. Okay, unequip, re-equip, activate the tar. Shit! Try unequipping all apparel items. Okay. Okay, let's get naked really quick. Sorry. Don't mind me. Yep, just, this is part of the job here. Okay, equip the weapon. Unsheath it. Eat the Pyroil Tar. Yippee! Hey, it worked. Forge! Trueflame is an incredible sword, not only for how strong its enchantment is, but it's also permanently enchanted, meaning we don't need to worry about any pesky soul gems to recharge it. With it, we're finally free to move on from Ghosts of the Tribunal, and all that's left on the island is the Kagramez Gauntlet. We grab the final 2 gems needed from a bandit leader inside, and thankfully we've already done this before, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Wait, I actually am good at this game. What the hell? I'm not gonna die to this guy either. Luckily, I quick saved. What? No, I can do this. Oh, please, miss. If I spam C, maybe I can use my power. Okay, that might have been a bad... And my game crashed. That may have been a bad point to quick save. I'll say that. I'm not Sisyphus. Okay, we're just gonna reload. Thankfully, with my awesome gaming abilities, we only died 3 more times throughout the gauntlet, but once we stood victorious, we became free to get what we came for, the Dwemer arrow diagram that lets us craft Soulstealer arrows. Speaking of crafting, on our next cycle of alchemizing, we go ahead and make a potion using only rare curios ingredients, and we also decide to use cork bulb arrows to paralyze a target. A bear? Did I paralyze someone over here? What just happened? Is this not paralyzing? Hey, paralyze, please. Hey, we paralyzed them. We hit the drive-thru and pick up a Hackle Lowleaf before slipping our way to Solitude to do some thieving. Shh. We're pulling off the heist of the century, everyone. As part of the expanded crossbows pack, which don't ask me why there are 2 creations that just add more crossbows because I don't have an answer, the Fletcher and Solitude is the only place that we can acquire them. Thankfully, there are 5 that we can just steal from the shop, leaving only 3 that we need to purchase. However, it doesn't end there. Not only do we need to get all of the crossbows, but we also need to get every enhanced crossbow, and since Fihada doesn't sell any of them, we need to upgrade each of these to their enhanced versions. Now, this already sucks, but there's one thing here in particular that super sucks. No, it's not the Daedric crossbow. No, not the Dragonbone one either. The enhanced Stalrim crossbow, like all other pieces of Stalrim, requires us to complete the Dragonborn quest, A New Source of Stalrim, before we can craft with it. It's not as simple as just doing the quest though, because it's locked until we complete nearly half of the Dragonborn quests, which in itself is locked behind part of the main quest in Skyrim. Just so we're keeping track, we've had to complete over half of the Dawnguard quests, and we'll need to start the main quest so we can spawn dragons and harvest their bones once we hit level 100 smithing, as well as begin the Dragonborn DLC so we can complete A New Source of Stalrim, and we still need 100 Conjuration to complete the Master Conjuration Ritual quest for the Master level spells, and we also have to remember to stop by the Khajiit Caravan because we can't forget the long list of rare curios we still need to buy, as well as the staves that we aren't able to craft from the mages at the college, and after all of that we still need to grind to level 46 for the cause. You keeping track of all that? Because that's what's going through my mind during this challenge that I thought would be a quick and easy layup after the Skyrim 100%. Little did I know just how much there is to do. I'm just gonna keep it honest with you, like the next 10 hours is just non-stop grinding for smithing or conjuration or rare curios or whatever, so I'll just tell you the broad strokes and keep you updated with the fun little objective markers. If you want to follow along more in depth, you can check out my VOD channel with the full unedited version of the challenge, taken from my live stream on Twitch. Since we're here, we go ahead and purchase some bone arrows as well as an orcish crossbow, and we head to Markarth to order a nice warm cup of Daedra silk from Risad. While we are low level in smithing, we're still able to craft with steel, so we go ahead and upgrade our first crossbow, the enhanced Imperial crossbow, craft some Steel Brawler's gauntlets, and forge the final 4 pieces of gear for the Vigil Veteran armor set. We head back to good old Murwatch where we grab a Soul Gem fragment, which is needed to make the Soul Gem arrowhead. We would need to use the arrowhead to craft Soulstealer arrows, but we already found some earlier, so we don't need to worry about it. Okay. Where do I get void salts? You can get void salts from the College of Winterhold, right? Hey, void salts. Neria, I don't care about you. Inther, can I trade with you? Yes. I have 500 gold. Wooden Staff of Chastening. Is that one of the rare staves that I need? Oh my god, that is. I haven't mentioned it today, but I did research. You cannot craft any of these. So it is just purely random chance whether or not I don't have enough gold. I put away all of my gold in my chest. Hey, you want to buy my potions, right? Thankfully, the college is full of traders, and we're able to sell enough Girl Scout cookies to hit our quota. Oh my god. Wait, saved. Okay. I have 3,000 gold. That's enough. That is enough. Now I can go buy the rare staff. Yippee! Saved. The day is saved, everyone. Hey there, pal. Can we do business?
I hope you've got.
I do.
Let's just take a look then.
Boom. The wooden... Wow. I thought I was looking at the Staff of Fury instead of the Staff of Chastening. This is 7755. Not 3,000, and I did just waste a shit ton of time for no reason. Well, now I know not to put away all of my gold for no reason. Okay, this adds a bit of a conundrum into the mix because now we need to save as much gold as we can to afford these expensive staves. This kind of butts heads with our current plan of just buying all the ingots available to grind smithing, so we need to make sure that every couple of days we make our rounds across Skyrim and sell all that we have to make sure that we're still leveling smithing without being too low on gold. On our next cycle of farming, we finally hit level 100 alchemy, which in itself isn't too noteworthy. However, this does open up a new avenue for level grinding later if we decide to legendary it. Our next visit to Fihada nets us all of the new bolts added in rare curios, and while we're here, we also steal his void salts, which we use to craft some super cool telekinesis arrows. I'll show you guys what telekinesis arrows are because it's pretty cool. Watch this. Whoa. Holy shit. And then, with my special power here, now that's badass. Holy shot. Watch this. I'm about to snipe this mud crab. I'll aim it like right here. Wait for him to get into place and release it now. Fuck. Ow. Ow. Can you kill yourself with it? No! Oh my! I didn't expect that. Wow, that honestly scared me. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Holy moly. Oh, also the arrows deal 111 damage. So that's also a cool thing about them. By spamming locks, we're able to hit level 30 smithing, which unlocks the Elven and Dwarven perks, letting us enhance an Elven crossbow for elite crossbows, as well as craft 2 more Brawler's gauntlets, and last but not least, the ability to spam Dwarven bows for faster leveling. This means that we need an influx of Dwarven metal ingots, so we'll be stopping by a bunch of Dwarven ruins to grab everything that's useful. We farm our farm and make our rounds when something interesting happens. Where's an enemy that we could just keep soul trapping? It would need to be a pretty weak enemy. Outside Embershard Mine. Does the bandit out there respawn? Because we already had to go there. Enemies are nearby. Where? Hey there, Fihada. You're a little bit out of your depth here. I'm sure that many of you have run into something similar before, where if you exit dialogue and leave somewhere, the NPC will stay near you to finish the conversation. It's not particularly useful at the moment, but make sure to tuck that information into your brain folds because it'll be incredibly important later. Interestingly enough, since none of the Creation Club horses can die, none of them have souls to trap, and same thing goes for Gog. Soul trapping bandits is too slow because we can't wait to regen our magicka, so the most efficient way to level up Conjuration is to just buy a regular horse and soul trap it until the heat death of the universe. This horse isn't in pain, okay? There's not like... I'm not hurting the horse by soul trapping it. I'm just like dissecting its soul and preparing it for its receptacle in the soul cairn. That's not. It's not in any like physical pain. Hey, good news is that Arvak's about to get a friend. Hey, courier.
I've been looking.
Okay,
Looks like that's it.
cool.
Got to go.
I don't know what item I just got.
Agreeable.
What item did I just get? Let me check here. Started. Heart of Crimson. Okay, we are level 36 or something. 32. We can go ahead and do that one now. Heart of Crimson is the quest for the final alternative armor, Ebony Plate. At the Windhelm docks, we hand a beggar 100 gold pieces, and we're directed to a nearby Shrine of Talos, where some warrior wants an honorable death. Okay, Tyra Bloodfire. Why don't you... You're about to get fired from life. No, stop. Get back here. No, stop. Tyra, I didn't mean it. Ruby, 2 Broccoli Rob, and you have the Ebony Plate armor, gauntlets, boots, and helmet. Boom. Hey, horse, hope you didn't forget about me. Yeah. After about 10 more minutes of soul trapping, we finally hit level 100 Conjuration, meaning we're ready for the Master Conjuration Ritual quest. But before we do that, we clear out Kolskegger Mine and harvest all of its gold ore, giving us enough resources to hit level 50 smithing. This means we've got the advanced armors and orcish smithing perk, and we can enhance our orcish and Nordic crossbows. Apparel, brawlers fur bracers. Okay, awesome. That was one of the luck aspects that we have down now. Awesome! Now there's only 49 other things that we need to get lucky for. Back at our Balorman cosplay, we craft some brawlers orcish hide, iron scaled, and steel plate gauntlets, as well as an enhanced silver crossbow. With all that out of the way, we're free to head back to school, and as we're doing our rounds, we get lucky and Feralda sells us a Staff of Chastening, leaving only 3 more to go. Finis Gester's Master Conjuration Ritual quest is easy enough, and all we have to do is convince this Dremora Lord to hand over his Sigil Stone. Watch this right now. Peace. Oh. Okay, well, that worked fine enough. Let's do that again. Okay, we're gonna send him on a trip. Wait, where'd you go? No, get back here. Hey, stop. Did I just, that's all up. Dog, get out of the ritual zone. Okay. Just go ahead and reload. I don't think that the game wanted me to send that Dremora on a space flight program. We kill him the boring way, and he hands us the stone, completing the quest and opening up a plethora of new spells for us. We round out the Arcane Archer pack with Bound Quiver, grab another zombie for Plague of the Dead, and purchase 5 new spells for Necromantic Grimoire. We return to the Solitude Sewers because apparently there are a bunch of hollowed stumps with rare curios in them, but all we happen to find is an Aster Bloom Core. And back again at the college, we buy the final spell for Plague of the Dead and conjure Skeleton Marksman. The only new objective readily available to smith is the remaining Netch leather armors, but unfortunately Netches drop hardly any leather when they die, and we need 28 of them. Thankfully, the game blesses us with the Raven Rock Blacksmith, who sells a bunch at a time, and after a few nights of waiting, we can buy up all we need. With it, we can craft the boiled and shadowed boiled Netch leather armors and helmets, as well as the Netch leather shield, and we make the shadowed Netch leather armor, boots, and bracers before running out of charcoal. Unfortunately, charcoal is pretty hard to come by, but while searching, we managed to buy the Stalrum crossbow from the Fletcher. We also stop by Risad, where we get the final amber we need for the amber armor set. However, we need glassmithing before we can craft it, so that'll come later. We craft some armor, buy Rue Brush, Slowed Soap, and Scrib Jerky, and craft the shadowed Netch leather tower shield, marking off the final piece of the Netch leather creation. We make our rounds, buy a new spell, and this is when I have an idea. Okay, what do you got for sale? Please have a good harvest for me again. Okay, Misk. We don't need any more amber. We just need Madness Ore. I wonder if we can do the trick where if you're in dialogue with someone, then like whenever you wait or fast travel, then they will like, they won't move. We saw this earlier with Firhada because we were talking to him in Solitude and we fast traveled to Silent Moon's camp and he followed us there. So I wonder if we just like keep this guy in dialogue, if we can refresh his inventory, but keep him here so we don't need to chase him around Skyrim. Don't call me a W kidnapper. That's not... Don't say bro has a hypothesis. Okay, do you have new stuff? He does. Oh, okay. Okay, we're speeding up now. Wisp Stalk Caps. This new tech cracks open rare curios like a red kelp gas bladder, and we can repeat this as many times as we want. Buy everything we need, keep him in dialogue while we wait 2 days for his inventory to refresh, rinse, lather, repeat. You can nerd emote all you want, but when the nerd helps me, because I'm the nerd that's smart, that helps me in the game, then who's the nerd now? Using this strategy, we mark off nearly every remaining rare curio, as well as all of the madness ore needed for the madness armor. Redwort flower. Redwort flower, please. Redwort flower. Manifest the flower. Didn't manifest hard enough? Just you wait. You say that I didn't manifest hard enough, but Akatosh works in mysterious ways. We all just focus our energy like a spirit bomb right into Risad's temple. It'll infuse with his brain, and he will realize that he needs to go harvest the redwort flower. Don't ask me how he gets all these ingredients, but I can't. If we focus hard enough, he will have the redwort flower right here. Guys, I'm ready. I'm ready for it right now. Redwort flower. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Redwort flower. We're not quite done with rare curios though, because there's one thing left to do. Using a chokeberry, we're able to make a poisoned apple, and we need to figure out who to give it to. No, I know the perfect target. Let me just wait a little bit. Nazim? What made you think of Nazim? Obviously, I wouldn't. Nazim, I love Nazim. Nazim, I hope you're hungry. I hope you're hungry for an apple, mayhaps. Wait, are you? Wait, what's? Are you? Wait. Yes! Yes, we have killed Nazim with a poisoned apple. That was a poisoned apple. We killed someone with it. We have finished rare curios. With that out of the way, our current goal is just to hit 100 smithing and craft all the remaining gear. So a lot of the next few hours is just harvesting Twimmer junk. I thought we cleared this place out, Jesus Christ. So we can smelt it and craft dwarven bows. Once we hit level 70, we can get glassmithing, letting us craft an enhanced glass crossbow and brawler's glass gauntlets. Another stop at the college, and we nab a Staff of Judgment from David, and we make the journey to Tel Mithrin, where we find out that Neloth is a great source of the new staves. After purchasing the final 2 that we need, we grind our way to level 80 smithing, meaning that we've got access to ebony, and again we craft the gauntlets and enhanced crossbow, marking off the elite crossbow's creation. We also craft the entire set of madness gear, but before we can craft amber, we need a bunch of refined moonstone to go with it. This takes about 25 more minutes of running around Skyrim and buying every piece of moonstone we find, but in the end, we're able to craft the full amber set, marking off Saints and Seducers once and for all. Using up all the remaining ingots we've been hoarding brings us to level 90, meaning we can craft the Brawler's Daedric gauntlets and enhanced Daedric crossbow, and 15 minutes of grinding later, we finally hit level 100 smithing. Ebony bow. Oh my god, ebony dagger? Was that it? Did that get me there? One more? Just nails, sure, nails. Level 100 smithing. level 100 smithing, we now can craft dragon armor and dragon bone weapons at forges. This unlocks the rest of smithing. Kinda. It kinda unlocks the rest of smithing. If you ignore the fact that we do need to do a lot of extra stuff in order to craft the Stalrim bow that we need. But certainly progress. Certainly progress. That's what I can say about it. Okay, I think that means that we should go ahead and start spawning dragons. For those of you who don't know, spawning dragons means one thing and one thing only. At about 40 hours in, it's time to turn into Dragonstone. Before doing so though, there's one thing I've been neglecting to mention. The spells for Necromantic Grimoire are not the only objectives we're looking for. The creation also adds a new set of Necromancer robes with a hood, and they can only be found as a rare loot drop from a Master Necromancer. These enemies only start spawning once you hit level 36, and now that we're high enough level, we head to Boulderfall Cave, a tiny dungeon with only one enemy, a Master Necromancer. Okay, I'm ready to charge. Oh, this is actually a very short dungeon, which is awesome. Huzzah! No, you don't have any of it. Necromancer robes are replenishing, Necromancer hood of Eminent Magicka. Neither of this is what we needed. We also roll the dice with the Master Necromancer that spawns outside of Sunderstone Gorge, but again, he doesn't have the robes we're looking for, so we just decide to call it quits and head to Dragon's Reach. Hey there, pal. Hey, who's this person? I don't care. Okay. No way, we got the Iron Shield of Blocking. Awesome, we definitely look like we need an Iron Shield right now. Okay, and we should be pretty well equipped to kill this dragon. Here we go. Dude! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, actually, are you kidding me? Okay, let's ult. Now we can kill him. Okay. Okay. No, I see you're taking the piss with me, aren't you? Obviously, you aren't dealing this much damage to me, right? Thankfully, second time's the charm, and after King Ghidorah is defeated, we're able to loot a few dragon bones and scales. Oh, and we can also do this cute little yell or whatever. With the harvest, we're able to craft a set of Brawler's Dragonplate gauntlets. However, we'll need a bunch more for the 3 other pieces of dragon gear we'll need to make. Yada yada yada, some old dudes shout at us, we climb the 10,000 steps, the old dudes start shouting again and again and again and again, and once we prove that we're just as good at shouting, we're done with the main quest because we get attacked by some cultists. This starts the Dragonborn main quest, but before crossing the big pond, we make our rounds and get attacked by a dragon at the college. Okay, and we died. Holy shit, he just launched me. And my game crashed. Cool. We kill and harvest the dragon, which gives us enough to craft a pair of Brawler's Dragon Scale gauntlets, marking off the final objective for Fearsome Fists. Over in Solstheim, we head to a funky-looking temple filled with more cultists, and at the end, we read a book introducing us to Mr. Bourne himself, Miraak. Oh my god! Holy moly! Am I doing like a good YouTube reaction or whatever? Unfortunately, my game crashes on the way out, and we have to do the second half of the dungeon again. Okay, I don't want to die here. Okay, cool. Glad that I quick saved. Don't skull emoji. Dude, are you kidding me? Dude. He was a mile away when I quick saved. And my game crashed. Why is he right there? When I quick saved... Sorry, my microphone settings. Can we just focus, please? I gotta load. So, after doing the dungeon again, this time we make it out alive, and once we return our new friend to the Skull Village, they ask for our help freeing their people. In order to do this, we need to get a new shout, so we head to Saring's Watch to look at a wall. After killing the dragon here, Mirax sucks its soul, which would have prevented us from being able to learn the new word, but we've banked 1 soul from the dragon in Winterhold, meaning we're free to cleanse the stone enthralling the skull. Now, we're finally able to start the quest, A New Source of Stalrim, and after rescuing some chap from the Thalmor, he teaches us the Stalrim smithing secrets. Okay, we've completed A New Source of Stalrim, which means that we can finally craft Stalrim things. Do you happen to have Stalrim to sell? You do, you have 1 Stalrim, which is exactly what we need. Tharstan, I don't give a flying dragon about you. We're heading back to Skyrim. Okay, let's go grab our crossbow. Stalrim crossbow. And here at this anvil, Stalrim, we can craft the enhanced Stalrim crossbow. Boom. We can't purchase a Dragonbone crossbow from Pihada until we're level 46, which coincidentally is also the level at which the final creation becomes available, so it's time for us to start grinding. We've been hoarding all of our ingredients from the farm for this one purpose, and after making 326 potions, we've gone from level 40 all the way to level 43. Not to worry though, because we've still got our trusty dusty muffle spell that we can also use to grind, netting us an extra 2 levels before we decide to just finish it off with a new harvest of ingredients. We then get attacked by a dragon, which is annoying, but at least it means we get more dragon bones and scales. Okay. Wow, you were quite the thorn in my side. Oh, hey Mirak. You can take that. I just want the ingredients. You know, do your thing, Mirak. I just need the Mora Tapanella. 10 more minutes of spamming potions gets us to the pivotal level 46, and not long after, we get stopped by a courier who hands us a note, but before reading it, we've got some cleaning up to do. Back at the Fletcher, Pihada doesn't want to sell us the Dragonbone crossbow. However, since there really isn't anything else to do, we just wait, and wait, and wait until his shop refreshes with one for us to buy. Dragonbone crossbow. Oh my god. Okay, we have the Dragonbone crossbow. We are tired and we are hungry. Let's not fix our hunger. Why? Okay, what if... Oh my god, okay, thank you. Yes, please take me to jail. Oh my god. I appreciate how the guards are pretty okay with me just killing one person. Any more than that, you know, they don't forgive that. Let's get some dragon bone. And right here, we can craft the enhanced dragon bone crossbow. Oh my god. This was the last crossbow needed for the expanded crossbow pack, and we can mark off the final alternative armor as well by crafting the Dragonplate Insulated Cuirass, leaving only 2 creations between us and the finish line. Using the same technique on Phineas lets us purchase the spell Conjure Bone Colossus, which, by the way, I will not be dedicating any time in this video to making a joke about, as that would be crass and unbecoming of my character. Bone Colossus is what your mom calls my... And we also purchased Conjure Ancient Death Priest. Conjure Ancient Death Priest. Conjure Ancient Death Priest. That was the last one we needed. That was the last spell we needed. Books, let's read that. Oh my god. Okay. We can do this, 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 we can do this. Before starting the cause, the only thing left for us to do is find those new robes. And this is where I realized the fatal flaw in the past 41 hours of gameplay. Why the hell did I put all of my points into Magicka? I didn't need it to cast Mara's Wrath. The Salmon Row potions gave me more than enough Magicka to do so. I didn't need it to Illusion grind either because we didn't even hit level 100 Illusion for the spell Harmony to come into play. All that it's done for us is make combat ridiculously hard because we put all of our points into a stat that we don't even use, and this all comes to a head when trying to get the final piece of rare gear. The thing about Arch Necromancers is that they are hard to come by, freakishly strong, and tend to be at the end of very large dungeons. On top of this, they all use ice spells, which perfectly counter our melee build, meaning that it can take up to 10 minutes just to clear one dungeon, and even then, we need to get lucky that they wear the robes we're searching for. Because we have such incredibly low health, we just get one shot by pretty much every enemy, so after dying, and dying, and dying, I came up with a change of plans. If you remember back to when we first started searching for the robes, we went to the single room dungeon, Boulderfall Cave. The Necromancer here hasn't respawned yet, so we need to wait 30 days before we can clear it, and the quickest way to do so is to fast travel between Solitude and Riftton, passing about 21 hours each time. After about 10 minutes of this, 30 days have passed, meaning that we can enact my master plan. An enemy's gear is chosen somewhat randomly when they're loaded in, and this can be exploited by saving before loading them. This wouldn't typically be a useful piece of knowledge just because of how long Necromancer dungeons are, but in this one cave specifically, it is incredibly efficient. Save, check the cave, and reload if they don't have the right robes. Check the cave, reload. Check the cave, reload. You get the point. On our first go around, it was a miss. However, this is what happened after our very first reload. Okay, so now that we've reloaded, this person should have a new set of gear. Is that the new? That looks like it. That looks like it. That looks like the gear. This looks like the gear. Okay. Nope. This is not the gear. No, we obviously didn't get it on our first reload. Or our second. Or third. Or fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay, reload. I need GAF anymore. That's not true, right? You guys are all glued to the screen. Like you guys aren't hitting your product. This guy has it. This guy has it. You can see by the runes on it. The Ascendant Necromancer robes, conjuration spells last 25% longer, increases summon limit by 1 for lesser conjured or reanimated undead, and the Ascendant Necromancer hood increases your magicka by 100 points, health regeneration decreased by 30%. We have got it. Those are the last of the Necromantic Grimoire. We only have one creation left. One creation left. The Cause. The Cause is the most epic creation out of all 74. The note we got earlier warns us of a situation as dire as the Oblivion crisis, and we need to meet with the author to learn more. When we get there, we find him dead as a doornail and get ambushed by some Mythic Dawn cultists, and once we give them a taste of their own medicine, we learn about the camp where they're stationed. Over in the mountains near Iverstead, we spoil their party and learn what they're actually here for, a great Welkin stone that can hold open a gate to Oblivion. They found one in some recently unearthed Ayleid ruins, and we need to find it before it gets in the wrong hands. In here, we need to grab 4 elemental shards to unlock the great Welkin stone, so that's exactly what we do. Okay, the 4th one is on this guy's body. Boom. And now we need to place the shards in the shard hole. We need to find a ruined book somewhere, but I don't know where we would find it. Okay. Die. Oh, it's the that's the classic Oblivion trap. Wow, that scared me. Let's get off that that place. After we fall for the oldest trick in the book, we solve a quick little square peg, square hole puzzle, unlocking the path to the final chamber. In here, we pick up the stone and fight a super cool looking dragon priest, and on his body, we get the first of 5 items we're looking for in this creation, the Staff of Elno-Ed. As we try to leave though, we come upon a skirmish between the Mythic Dawn and some Vigilants of Stendarr, and this is where we learn about the Mythic Dawn's base of operations in Red Scar Cavern. Before waltzing in all willy-nilly, we disguise ourselves in some Mythic Dawn robes, letting us walk straight through without a fight. Hey there, friendo.
Be careful.
Yep. We are certainly a Mythic Dawn. I'm Mythic Dawned out of my brain right now. Once we make it to the end of the cave, we find the head cultist, Vonos, who sees right through our disguise. With no other options, we chop him down, and on his body, his master plan is revealed. The Great Welkin Stone on its own can't open the Oblivion Gate. It needs to be corrupted with a sacrifice. His sacrifice. He orchestrated this entire situation from the letter we were given, to us racing to the Great Welkin Stone, and now to his murder. This final ritual casts open the gate to Oblivion, and there's no way to close it, leaving the Chief Jamoras inside to lead an assault on Tamriel. We were the cause of this new Oblivion crisis, and now it's time for the consequences. The only way to stop the incursion is to cross the plain to Oblivion and kill the two captains of the Dremora army ourselves. Oh shit, it's the Daedric Horse. Okay, I think that we just need to chase it, and it'll take us to the Dremora that owns it, or something. Okay, so now we need to kill this guy. Surely he's not gonna like one-shot us or anything. That would be obvious. Why is he not taking damage? Okay, it was the Daedric Horse that's not taking damage. Never mind. Okay. Ah! There's a second one. So second Dremora has entered the fight. And on his body, we have Scourge. Summon Daedra up to level 36 are sent back to Oblivion. And in here, the Punished Spell Tome for Conjure Daedric Horse. Summons a Daedric Horse to act as your steed. Let's conjure this old pal. Oh, wait, no, get back here. Get back. Holy shit, this looks badass. Or I guess I should keep it YouTube friendly. Holy cow, this looks cool. Okay, now we need to go fight the second Dremora that we're here for. This guy can just ride through lava. It's pretty cool. Can we just like cut the last 5 seconds, please? It would have just made sense if he could ride through lava, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said it not knowing if it was true or not, and it just like seemed like it would be like really fitting. Okay, so the Daedric Horse cannot ride through lava. We ride our nearly fireproof horse to the remaining Dremora captain, leading him to the final fight of this 44-hour-long challenge. Once he's dead, we loot his sword Torment, meaning that we've saved Tamriel from another invasion, and all we gotta do now is escape. Let's just make it through and not die. Let's just run past everyone. Yep, you guys are safe and sound here in Oblivion, and we've escaped. Ah! Okay. We gotta fight through some more people. Okay, maybe we don't fight everyone. The Vigil Enforcers are here, so I think we just run past everyone. We have the Ring of the Wind and Bloodthirst, so we are 22% faster than normal. Let's just sprint past every single person here. Yep, you guys can keep on fighting. Oh my god. Yep, that's fine. Keep using sparks. I'll just skirt past you real quick. These guys are fighting. Hopefully we can just run past these guys. Yep, we can squeeze past them. Gog, are you doing fine? Where's Gog in all this? You know what? This guy in particular. Oops, I missed. Oops, I missed. There you go. And completed the consequences. Completed the consequences. Now, the only thing remaining is to summon another spell. So after a quick pit stop at Felglow Keep for a ruined book, we make our way to the Midden to finish this once and for all. And we're here. And we're here in the offering box. We are giving up ingredients, salt pile, miscellaneous, the Great Welkin Stone, as well as the ruined book. We are pulling the pull bar. Right here. Right here is the Tome for Conjure Lich. Read the book. We are done. That's time. That is time. That was the Conjure Aelid Lich for the last thing we need for the cause, meaning that we have completed all 74 creations in only 44 hours. That's not that long, right? 44 hours? Like, if you really think about it, is like what's the difference between 25 hours and 44 hours? You know, it's kind of like two sides of a coin if you think about it. Oh, we've done it. We have done it. This one's for all of you chatters out there. Oh shit, this dude's badass. Holy moly. What's the Bone Colossus look like? Oh shit. Hey everyone, say cheese. Oh my god. That was so much more than I thought it was gonna be. Why did I think it was gonna be 25 hours? Am I dumb? Don't answer that. You know, when I started, like, the idea for this, I thought it was just gonna be like a nice, easy layup. I did the hard part, or the 100% speedrun, and now I'm just gonna I'm gonna get some free, easy views by doing like a quick little 20-minute video on the Creation Club stuff. It took us 44 hours, 2 minutes, and 55 seconds to speedrun all of Creation Club. Even if you take out the 10 hours of grinding we had to do towards the end, that's still almost 35 hours of extra content, and I officially give this the EdgeOmega stamp of approval, and I'd say it's worth the upgrade. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video when it inevitably drops 6 months from now. Comment which of the creations was your favorite, and above all else, thanks for watching.